sure it starts here.
Okay, we're back. Episode of Dithra with
43.
Shards.
We
43,
just talked about
baby.
No, I'm on a brain break. Episode one of the 43.
We do
Guys,
live.
Honey Bear will not be here today. She's celebrating a close family member's birthday, so shout out to her and whoever's celebrating their birthday with her. So we wish her well. Next week, Young Money Cash Money Jay will not be here with us. He'll be living some life along with the week after that. So we'll have to rock it like that. But we'll do recapping. We'll get started. So last session was a bit interesting there. We were still on a little bit of a break from the basically the main-ish air quotations group, as we took a kind of a segue into basically the artifact searching party, Ramsey, Amari, and one second here,
Irene and Ibrahim.
Inspiration, because I totally forgot Irene's name. Either is what. So, but last week the party essentially had finally made it to the ruins after excavating and finding out after doing several days of searching in the ruins with the help of Ibrahim. After searching, they had essentially found the entrance to this tomb. Let me show you a picture of it here. As you essentially found the tomb doors were open, which is highly unusual. And as you kind of searched inside of the tomb, or went inside the tomb, you discovered that this is very strange things happening in this tomb. You guys spent the better half of a day setting up before even the basically the rest of the camp could fully explore. At the camp had to basically settle down as you guys had just got here. As you guys descended into this basically cavernous cave or tomb, you discovered that this is inhabited by, and who remembers the name of this creature for inspiration?
I have it in my notes. It is the Corianti. Corianti.
Corianti.
Stacking them up.
Both y'all
need them.
Yeah, inspiration. All right, there we go. There, very nice. As you, this creature here, as you discovered after doing several very strange things, like sending the goat, or Ramsey's goat inside to try to appease it or distract it. Not only after you guys did that, did it basically drop the goat off right inside of this kind of side passage, but it left a bone dagger inside of the goat. On top of that, as you look to the opposite direction over here, you have discovered that it was a kind of a ground well sized pool filled with strange bone-like art, and something that you guys never seen before, because the art itself, you guys didn't see any like connective joints. It looked like it was almost like melted together, which you guys have bones and have seen bones. Bones don't melt together. They either turn to ash or they just kind of crumple. Seem very melted together. And as Irene and company further did some more research, as you guys said, the way my life is set up, I got 1 HP in a dream. I'm not going to do this. You guys essentially pulled back after recovering the knife. Ibrahim said, "I'm gonna get some of that." I believe was it Ibrahim that got the knife, or was it Omari?
Omari grabbed it.
I got it.
Omari.
And then
Coaxed him into doing it.
Yes, Ibrahim got the bone statue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. Yeah. So, as you guys retreated for the night, Irene literally almost like a movie. See, like the person studying is like, "Oh my God, I had basically a brain blast," as the party that was setting up in the morning finally got ready to go delve, at least for a little bit, with the camp leader and about 8 other people that tried to go inside. Like a horror movie, Irene basically found the big MacGuffin of, "Oh my God, yo, they're gonna die. This thing is fought by shard bears and things like that, not regular people. These guys are, a cut above or around mercenary level." So Irene was like, "Nah, they can die. No, fuck them." Fuck it, it's fine. So essentially, it seemed that they're all gonna go down to their deaths. None of them came back, and then the following morning, knowing that it was only going to be down for an hour or two, you seen that in front of the tomb was a strange, like 6 foot tall bone like sculpture. You presume using the bones, you've seen 8 different skulls melted together in warp, almost like you guys play Magic, almost like some Eldrazi Phyrexian kind of shit, melding art and flesh and bone together in this strange
Yeah,
almost
Phyrexian
dream.
is definitely what I thought.
Yeah, strange bone like kind of dream catchery sculpture. The party decided, or the wife of the of the caravan leader decided, city boys, we're out. Fill up the deuces inside to cut the losses.
Yeah, Ramses was already mounted. He's like, I don't know. I've been on this turtle for 3 days.
It's like, listen, I'm getting too old for this shit. Literally, I am getting too old for this shit. Ibrahim decided after he also, strangely enough, that night of that, woke up to a sculpture of him made out of bone in his bed, which is very strange. And as they left, it did seem to look at Ibrahim with a strange look in his eye. So, then with that happen, after that happened, Irene disclosed to the party, "Hey guys, this thing is usually fought and or captured by shard bearers, not like a one shard bearer kind of thing, like world leaders or powerhouses usually capture these things and force them to make bone-like armor for them and their warriors. These things are absolutely no joke and could probably fight a small army by themselves and win. They're exceptionally powerful and dangerous, and they're highly tactical. They're not dumb, and they are not nice people. I.e., I believe the party decided it's just misunderstood. In my mind, I was like, this is about to be some Jurassic Park shit right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is about to, it's not gonna end well. But the party decided okay, we've seen Jurassic Park. You don't let the dinosaurs free. You don't let the dinosaurs free.
Hey, there's only like 9 movies out there that tell you that that using dinosaur embryos to clone dinosaurs is not a good idea.
Good idea. It's like, you know what? They just misunderstood. But that being said, the party did leave using Ibrahim and Amari's skills to track back to the main road. As they got back, there was a minor encounter, I believe, along the way. But as that, you guys pretty much nailed that, no problem. Returning back, and you guys got a massive amount of experience going as you guys essentially turned in quests and things like that, leading to essentially your 2-week journey of being out there in the field. Your 2-week journey of traveling there and back to be pretty much cut short, but still, you guys, even though the caravan itself didn't turn too much of a profit, selling that location easily is worth its weight in probably gold, because shard bearers will most likely go there and try to capture. These things are exceptionally rare. As Amari seen by the dagger he had itself, after it's been graded, or I think you realized it yourself, has, I believe, 10 quality and does +4 damage, which is comparable to, i.e., Mithril or Nixium. Like, it's no joke, and it's probably worth its weight in gold. And because of that, you realize I shouldn't tell people about this thing because I would probably die, and this is probably something that a king would give to another king as a sign of respect.
50,000 copper to 150,000 copper? Yeah, I'd say so.
It's honestly, whatever. But with that being said, as the party does settle into that, I want you guys, as we cut back to the Invitation's main group, I want you guys to think about what your characters are doing. Ibrahim, Omari, and Ramses, thinking about what they're doing as they're kind of spending their time here. As we cut back, as it's basically been 21 days, because you guys waited 7 days to start the quest, and then 14 days there and back. It's been 21 days as we cut back to the main group. So let's do a little segue here. But as we said, wait there, did I miss anything? That made sense. I could have just double checking. My notes say I'm pretty good, but if I missed something, let me know.
No, just some odds and ends at the end. I think we just did some shopping, that sort of thing, but nothing major.
Shopping, turning experience, just light like bookkeeping stuff. But we now cut to 21 days have passed. So we're gonna do some. Before we do anything else, let's do some update stuff. Let me tell you what has happened. As 21 days have passed. Hold on. Have a handout. All right. Okay. 1 second. All right. So first thing first, Abby, who is not here, she's been training with Okoye to work on some troops. She is currently 1/3 of her way there. This will still be here, so I'll just tell her either tomorrow, whenever I see her. She's been training some troops for a little bit. She's 1/3 of the way there. 75 experience points, bonus XP of 1,000. So a couple things here. With Dawn, your rogue leg is still healing. You're on, you're like plus 21 days. 21 days have passed out of 87. So however many days you had before on your leg, add 21 days to that out of 87. So double check your notes. I believe it's only been, it shouldn't be more than 40 days. It's somewhere between, it's been 20, I'd say, so, that's my note says, it's no more than 40. But yes, the pirates have returned from their long trip, and you guys rolled, is John frozen?
No, I'm here. Oh, maybe I am frozen. What the hell?
His picture's frozen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's all good.
Oh, dude,
Either
I
that-
look like
Either
I look like
either
I'm,
that-
yeah, I'm
Either that or he's on a very interesting
This
trip
man-
right now in his head.
This man hit the blunt forever. He's still puffing. But-
yeah, I'm trying to find the date because that's the time.
Oh, the date is here. Hold on. I got you. The current.
when I
hold on.
broke the leg. I
Um,
broke
so-
the leg the session before we found the shard.
Yeah.
And I don't have a day. I don't have a timestamp.
It's been
Okay.
33 days since we
Since
found
that
the
time.
shard. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
In addition to the 21 or including the 21?
Including the
Total.
21s.
Including
Yeah.
because we basically started with them right after we got back to the island, and it was
Yep. So you're at 33 of 87 days, roughly, pretty much.
Oof, I got a long way to go.
yeah.
You broke a leg. You fucked up, man.
Damn.
Freaking.
Freaking 3 months is crazy. It must have shattered femurs or something. It's wild.
You fell like 60 feet. You fell 60 feet.
Fibula, tibula, femur, everything.
Got
Just
some screws in there. Yeah.
You got some of that WD-40 in there, dog. But
we're
that being
never
said-
gonna be able to sneak up on anybody because Gon's just gonna be.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ah, my
there's-
leg.
There's no
He's the Tin
combat. I got a
Man.
broken leg.
Yeah,
Straight up. I'm hanging back.
Yeah. But the pirates rolled exceptionally well. So but as well they could, I guess. So 6 of them died at sea. So all 3 of your pirate ships have returned. 6 of them did die at sea. 13 were injured and require some minor healing, and rest of about a month. They've recovered 161 trinkets worth 50 CP, 690 CP, 35 rations, 9 prisoners, and those prisoners are 4 mariners, 3 mercenaries, and 2 laborers, and they are expecting to be paid. So they have not got paid yet. So that all being said, Koa, you're at docks. You got 10 more successes as you pilot your way through. Good stuff there. And that's so pretty much I'll just roll the average and also factored in like things going wrong and right like that. You average out to about 10 successes. Harry, so Harry, you have officially finished your fields as you planted. My notes say mushrooms, grains, and drains with Lucette on the other side of the island to the east.
Yep.
Okay, so we cut to Harry specifically. Harry, as you are, so Harry, as you wake him in the morning, seeing that you would normally definitely go back out there. This is the last day of your work on the fields. You're like, okay, I got a little bit of plowing left with me and my crew. We should get this done today. as you are plowing your fields with your true with Lucette beside you, things like that, just plowing your fields, things like that, making jokes or people making jokes with you just to pass the time. I want you to roll me a wisdom check.
Sure. Oof, roll terrible. 33.
Hold on. As you are planting these fields and things like that with Lucette, what you notice is that a woman does come up to you, and she has fairly dark skin, like a southerner, long kinky hair, and a black kind of ponytail behind her. She wears clothes of a simple commoner. As she kind of works with you in the field, hoeing and plowing behind her with you with the rest of the crew, she strikes up a conversation with you. She says, I don't think we've really talked too much. What's your name? I'm Mizani. And she extends her hand to you.
He's gonna say very gruffly, Harry. He's not gonna shake her hand, but he's gonna nod.
She nods and looks at you, and she smiles, and she says, this is a really interesting place, isn't it? This is a really interesting. She looks at you, and you feel as if, as you look at this woman here, it looks as if she's almost out of place, as if she's almost seeing this place for the first time, which seems unusual. You don't think you've ever probably seen her before, but there's hundreds of people on the island, so it's probably easy that you haven't missed the person. But she specifically looks almost like a fish out of water, which seems unusual.
Is Lucette close by?
Yes. And she just beside you. She just kind of seeing you talk to her like that. She doesn't think this woman is a threat to you. But as you continue to, as she, you look at her, she nods and says, so how do you feel? What is it like being a shard bearer? She looks at you.
I wonder, like, is it a question that a lot of people have asked him? I imagine probably not.
No.
Except Lucette.
People are just like you are absolutely terrified of shard bearers. Shard bearers, essentially, some of them have cataclysmic levels of power. People just don't randomly go up to them. It's like going up to like a 5-star general or something like that. It's like, I'm not trying to get killed. So only either the really confident, the really dumb, tend to do that. But she looks at you and she says, or just the clueless. And she looks at you and she just says, "What is it like to be a shard bearer? Do you respond, not respond, ignore, order around? What do you do?"
I get very curious, and I'm gonna examine her more thoroughly. Does she look like a shard bearer?
She does not. Give me another wisdom check.
41.
Sorry.
I think
as you look at the, so as you look at this woman here, you feel, as you're looking around, you're setting around you, and this woman here, things feel different, not normal. Small details with your high level of perception from your shard, details in the environment don't seem consistent with what you've seen the last 21 days you've been on this location. It seems as if, almost like, whatever this is, or this place is, definitely is not the same place you've been the last 21 days. For example, like, the same tree you might have seen in this place here isn't there anymore, or the tree and the tree you had to cut down that you've been pulling up isn't there anymore. You know, isn't the hole that's in that field isn't there anymore. The sand isn't exactly the right color. It seems off.
I'm gonna be a little rude here, but I'm gonna answer your question with a question. Is this your doing?
She looked at you and smiles and says, "Perceptive." And she says, she smiles at you and she says, well, you're definitely a shard bearer. I'm not sure which shards you have exactly, but you're definitely a shard bearer. I was trying to see when you would notice. And it seemed like you noticed pretty quickly, which is good. You'll need those skills. And as you talk to her, as you continue to talk with her, and she's kind of just talking with you, you notice the world begin to twist in shape. You see the sky begins to darken, the trees begin to move and wane and move. Lucette disappears. Everyone around you totally disappears. And this is kind of what you see here in the environment as you and her just stand alone. The sky and the moon seem to be open at the same time. You see stars and clouds that doesn't seem like it's physically possible at one time. This doesn't seem normal. As she looks at you and she says, and as you look at her now, she definitely looks like a shard bearer. And as you look at her again, you feel this powerful, the only way I can describe it is like if you were starving and you're just seeing like a massive steak, and you can feel within this woman are 3 shards. You can feel it, and it's a massive desire. And as you look at her, because of your high perception, you can kind of see that she still has that same like wolf-like desire like to devour, but it seems like it's entirely controlled on like a veil of like nobility like that. But you can still see that she has that same way that desire you have, has that same desire. And then she is again extends her hand and says, Azani, it's a pleasure. He looks at you.
I'll shake her hand. Now that the veil is lifted, Harry McLean, pleasure to make your acquaintance.
She smiles and she looks at you and she says, I've come a long way to talk to you. You know that?
I believe you did.
As she talks to you, she essentially, you see that under this kind of strange, like twisted perversion of reality, you see that she just simply like twists and grabs the dirt like in front of her, and she pushes it and molds it into like a seat. And then she does it again, and she says, "Please have a seat." And she sits down herself.
Wonderful. Your powers seem to have a practical side that I've never seen anyone else do. This place we're in, is this a world that you control all of it? A space that you created? What is it exactly? I'm very curious.
She smiles and he said, "This is your world, not mine.
Oh.
I just exist." As she looks at you and she says, it seems as if the great beast is looking for you.
The great beast? That's the first time I hear of that. Care to elaborate?
Versing Jedrix. The great beast. It seems like he's taken an interest in you. It's quite curious. You wouldn't think that, and actually, hold on. As she says that name, you immediately know who she's talking about. So you know in the West that there's the triumvirate, which is the mother, the father, and the child. But there's also the seven pillars that kind of, lore drop, that kind of hold up the triumvirate. Uh, uh, Verse Vercingetorix is basically one of those pillars, and he's known as the Great Beast. He is a lord, and he also has 4 shards. And you feel as if, as she says this, you kind of get the sense of that figure that had 4 shards, or the dot you had 4 shards when you were sleeping, does track with that information. And I'll put his name in chat. Hold on a second here. All right. As she says this, she looks at you.
Okay.
Yes, name. As she says this, she looks at you and she says, I don't know if your little wings will be able to fly before he gets you. He's quite powerful. Do you have friends?
Why warn me?
I like to see things in motion, she says. And she smiles. And
I do have friends. Do I have a friend in you?
Quite forward. First, haven't even asked me to dinner yet, but she smiles at you. I've seen things, and for the Great Beast to be interested in you must mean that you have a very interesting shard. I told you a little bit about my shard, but you can't tell me about your shard.
I don't think I can explain it to you fully, as I don't understand it fully yet. I've only had it for a few weeks now. But from what I understand, it can somehow slow down the passage of time for everyone else but me.
And she smiles and says, that makes sense. There's a reason why. It makes sense of why the Great Beast would come after you, but I'm quite curious. Your friends, can they protect you, or do you protect them? Because if the Great Beast is after you, you probably would need some pretty powerful allies, or at least connections. He wouldn't come and interact with just anybody. He's not dumb.
No, my friends would probably be a liability unless I can get them shards of their own. I don't think I could stand to a person like that. And if he's interested in me, how far would he hunt me down, do you think?
And as she can talk, you see that she her clothes kind of change to better fit what she looks like. And I'll just show you what she looks like. And this is pretty accurate. As she looks at you, she says quickly, I don't want the Great Beast to gain another shard. Him having 5 shards, especially from what you tell me your shard is, could prove to be quite dangerous, and maybe could throw some things out of balance. He's a madman. He's a powerful madman, and a zealot. I can't offer you anything, but I can offer you a counsel. If you're quite interested, you can see me at the Bronze Citadel. And you would know the Bronze Citadel is also another great wonder. You know that it is in Kessa, which is, I'll show you guys on the map. Yeah. Here. As she says this, she says, the Great Beast is coming for you in about 1 to 2 months, give or take. I'm not sure who you decide to ally with, or maybe you decide to fight him on your own, but as it stands now, the flames that you fan be consumed by his inferno unless you have some great scheme, overwhelming force. I'd be wary. And she looked at you.
I am. Very much. This is extremely concerning.
Well, if you're interested in meeting me in person, see me and Kess at the Bronze Citadel. And she says specifically, and she kind of stands up and says, he kind of lays in here and says, when you get to the castle or the citadel, make sure you tell the guards the dreams we seek are portents of our latent desires. And as she says this, you immediately kind of like look around and you realize that you are in your bed. And with that, you have gained the benefits of a great sleep. You gain 50 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
And with that, you have met Azani. Being said, if you would talk to anybody around, he would tell you she's a renowned person. She essentially is the seventh in succession daughter of the Ironborn Empress. She has 3 shards, and she is one of the rulers or leaders of Kessa. She rules with her brother. So being said, it is said that she's at least 60, though some reports that she's over 100 years old. All being said, an invitation to the Bronze Citadel is exceptionally rare. All being said, you gain 1,000 experience points. Gone. We cut to you. As one second here. As Sophia has returned, she's returned to you and says, and this is in between the time that's happened. She says, Mariposa and some council members, some also pirates as well too, from outside of Mariposa, decided to hold a council. If you're interested in coming, would you be interested in coming? With you and the rest of the troop?
That depends on who's there. Who will be attending?
She says, Carlos Vega, Captain Isabella, Captain Esperanza, Captain Rivera, Captain Raphael, and my brother, Salazar Montoya.
Montoya kind of strokes his hand over his chin, just rough 5 o'clock shadow scraping as he thinks it over. It's been a long time since I've seen him. Or Esperanza. Very well. Do you know what's the purpose of this meeting? I'm assuming.
Well, seeing as business. She nods and says, seeing as you control the pretty much entryway in and out of Zidra and Mariposa, they want to discuss terms.
And so they want me to go to their home turf. No,
they would like to set it. They would like to host it here, as your place is pretty much neutral ground. Everyone isn't on the friendliest of terms, so they like to host it here, under a neutral boat, so that way no one's gonna get assassinated. You can speak to the rest of your party if you'd like. I'd like to know by the end of the day. If I could, and she would just bow and says, if you have any questions, please ask. She kind of pulls back.
Gon will get up with his great lumbering weight and drag his mostly useless foot behind him as he pushes through the door and out into the sunlight. He kind of shields against the sun with his hand, and he heads off towards the docks where he knows his good friend Koa will be,
Mhm.
and Sophia
Mhm.
needs to gather the people, needs to talk this over.
Sophia definitely gathers the people as well too. So does Okoye. Okoye gathers the people. Hey, you fucking lazy louse, get the fuck over here. Um, and you've noticed as well too in the 21 days or 3 weeks that you guys have been here, Okoye and Abby, but specifically Okoye, has been definitely is much more of like the face of the pirates here, or the mercenary, or the more mercenary like pirates. Um, he definitely he's definitely seemingly earned their respect. And with Guinevere as well here too, there is a couple of pirates that are a small group of pirates or splinter group that have definitely become converted to the way of the Sharpshooter. Um, and they all of them do gather around and join.
Gon will wait for a moment, just standing with his hands clasped behind his back, just kind of tall and foreboding, waiting for it to settle down. He'll raise one hand to ask for the peace, and just addresses the crew. Says, "There's something brewing in the waters. Seems that all the pirates, all the leaders want to meet. They've decided to come here on Pirates Rock. This may be a huge council, an opportunity for us to make allies beyond these waters and to maybe have influence or trade across Dithra. We plan to host, and we must make a good show of it, as they are our guests. But we should be wary, as they're pirates, and like the rest of you sons of bitches, they're in it for their own good.
Yeah, they cheer. Yeah.
That means we have to be smarter than them. We have to be 3 steps ahead of them. When they think they're going to double cross us, we triple cross them. But we need
Quadruple cross, boss. Someone calls out.
yeah. He waits for the crowd to calm down. I need the smartest and the brightest of you, the most ruthless and the bloodthirsty of you, and we need to come together and plan this thing. How many days did they say it was supposed to happen?
Well, you haven't agreed
they're
yet,
just,
so you have
they're just waiting on us.
Yeah.
I'll say we need to make preparations. I'm going to ask that they come in 3 weeks' time. We're going to have a place for them to stay. We're going to have to get food here. And we may need to lean on some of our people to get some extra coin to fund it. But I have a feeling if we invest a little bit of time, energy, and sacrifice a bit, a ton can come out of it. But again, remember, they're going to try to work every possible angle. And then he kind of does the whistle and basically says, what do you say, Koa? What do you think about this?
Koa as well. Sorry, Koa. I'm gonna cut you off. Koa as well too. You do know that Esperanza is interesting because the word we got around the island, and Esperanza was the one that really put it on. Just as a reminder.
Oh yeah, he knows. He knows. I don't know if we have time, as I'm only halfway done with the one dock at this moment, with the docks on this this end of the island. We have, was it 6 other pirate captains? I think if we're gonna do this, we don't have them stay on our island. You're worried about pirates double crossing? They stay on their ships. We meet in the water on a neutral ship. Because if they decide to take a boat down, they're taking a boat down with them.
They are our guests. We also, I get that. I don't think that's a good show.
But where are they going to sleep? I mean, we have tents. Are they going to be okay sleeping in tents? I mean, you're going to bring them to an island that we don't even have built up yet for them to realize that they could just take in a heartbeat, potentially?
No, a meeting place and a place to eat. I don't think it's a good show that we all pile into one boat in neutral waters. They won't trust it, especially when we control the shore. But I do understand we just need to set up some like a meeting place. It doesn't have to be grand and a place for them to eat. I imagine it's just going to be 6 or 7 people. How many people were in that list of 6?
6.
6 and probably their immediate crew. So same where you have like 4 or 5 guys, they're probably each bringing 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah.
They're shot
Yeah,
callers.
I'm pretty sure most of their people will stay on their boats. They're also going to keep people in reserve. They also don't trust us, but I do think we should at least set something up for these guys. How long? How long will it take to finish your docks?
I mean, I only got 10 successes in 21 days, so if that averages out, it's taken me another 60 days before I potentially am finished.
Okay.
Above table, I'm saying that because mechanics.
Above tables vote 2, Harry, this would have came after or the morning after your revelation.
Okay.
I don't think it's a bad idea because we do control the waters into the channel that gets to Dithra, that gets to Mariposa, that gets to a lot of the trade waters up this wide river here. But I mean, if we want to show strength, we got to figure out a way to show strength for them to understand that they not just come and try and bully us around, because they have time. They have time on us. They have longevity on us that we don't have, given the newness of all of this.
I don't think we need to worry about strength or resource. I'm pretty sure they know we don't have much. But strength of character and cunning is definitely what we have. And they know that. And we've got connection with the Gold Syndicate.
Yes, we
might
do.
be able to call in some favors. Maybe take out a loan.
You also know as well too, all of you know, is that outside of Raphael, you're the only other people that have a shark. So Raphael's the one if it's Jolly Water, the one that dress very well and nice, that have a more flamboyant.
That also hit on Koa.
Yeah, that also hit. Yeah,
That's our yeah, and Harry, of course, is our trump card. I don't want to put him in that position, but
no.
But all of them know that you have a short beard, and that's probably one of the only reasons why they haven't probably taken the island themselves.
Yeah. Well, let's do this. I think we continue the work on the docks as planned. But if you can spare some workers, we can put maybe a hall together, a dining hall, a meeting place, something that we can. It doesn't have to be big. It can be an open air tent for all I care. But we'll need to entertain their people.
I think if you want to go for a 3-week, want to look at this in 3 weeks. If you want my opinion from a building standpoint, I put oh god, it's been too long. I don't remember her name. Our other blacksmith and carpenter.
Oh, Xena.
We let Xena head up. I've been giving her pointers, her tips. We let Xena head up the docks and we build an open air longhouse. We put it to the middle of the island, somewhere that is a little bit of a walk that is away from the main camp. Get out where we can have a conversation and discuss without the prying ears of all these other people there. We'll throw a little longhouse together, ask Lucette to bring her cooking cart to make the food there so they can see it if you're worried about the non-trust.
Also, don't forget. Sorry.
No, we feed them there, we discuss it there, and then they're gonna just understand that they're gonna be bringing sloops or smaller boats to shore to come to the meeting.
Don't forget as well too that you guys made a whole contraption to go into the desert, like a whole mobilized base.
Yep.
So that also could be an option as well too. This is a thing because
it's gonna be that's gonna be way too small to house that many people for a meeting though.
Yeah, but if someone wants to stay, we've got extra.
Yes,
it's much nicer than these pop-up tents.
They are. I just what I'm saying is I think that
they need more space.
That they need to understand. We just need to put the word out if we're gonna do this, that their ships are going to end up more than likely, for the most part, being moored offshore to have this conversation. We don't want easy. I don't want necessarily easy access if they bring 40, 50, 60 people to razz the island.
I don't think they could. If they wanted to, they would storm this place. I don't think that's the
Yeah,
purpose. Also, the 6 aren't in cahoots with one another, and we can use that to our advantage.
This is also correct.
They're probably working against each other. So
You also know as well too that Salazar does have a fondness for his sister and would probably most likely rule favorably towards you and your situation, because that is his actual sister.
Captain Red wasn't a part of this.
No. He's too. He doesn't care.
It's too big.
It's too big.
No, I think I think all in all, I think we do it. I just think that we got to shift gears to make that happen. Simple structure, 10 foot tall, easy up, single roof in case a tropical storm decides to come through. Throw some tables in, throw some chairs in, one big long table for everyone to sit down and have a meet. I think we can get that done in 3 weeks.
Good. I trust you on it. And Rodrigo.
He looks at you. Hey.
I need all of your men, those snakes and rats and birds that listen to things out there, to get us as much information as we can on these people. Tap into the networks, see what we can get, who they know, what they like.
Nods. I don't
think a show of force is going to. We don't have the resources to do a show of force, and it's much.
He nods as well too.
Or flies with honey than vinegar.
He says, "Well, press the J button and open your journal. Let me tell you the information I've gathered." As he looks at you, as he listens, he says, "All right, so please," he says, "the Raphael and the Jolly Rogers have anywhere between 12 to 15 ships. Most likely in a parlay like this, you should probably limit the amount of ships people can bring, so that way if they bring more, it's open sign of basically hostile act of violence. So limited at 5 is probably."
Sorry, who is the leader of the Jolly Rogers? I'm getting
Raphael.
Shard bearer.
He's the shard bearer.
The flamboyant one. He is going to there, and you see Captain Isabella. She is the captain of the Stormbringers, which go out to her own name. So Captain Isabella has 7 to 10 caravels, and like 20 to 30 sloops. That all being said, Esperanza, despite being the youngest, she is considered the most craftiest. She's the most piratiest. She has been known to use assassination tricks, explosion, things like that to get the things she needs, to get the things she wants. It's highly dangerous. Out of all of them, she's the hardest to read, but surprisingly enough, she has the biggest fleet. She controls 30 caravels, and I'd say anywhere between 20 to 40 sloops, which is what he would tell you. He would say Rivera's he's pretty much small flights. He's more bark than bite. Though his people are pretty loyal to him. He has 5 caravels, so pretty similar to your size of crew actually. And Vega, you met him before. He only has about I would say 2 to 4. So his crew is actually smaller than yours. And he's a bit mad. And Salazar has the second biggest. He has about 20 caravels. Though he has the widest reach because he has connections to and it smiles Captain Red. From what the rumors say, him and Captain Red were apprentices on the same admiral ship a long time ago.
Based on what you've heard, what's our standing with these people? Do we have any repute? I know we've done a little bit of work with all of them in some degree.
Esperanza, it seems pretty neutral. Personally, I think word on the street is she met with the the shirtless guy.
There's been a lot of shirtless guys. You gotta.
It's only one shirtless guy.
Does he just point to me since I'm still standing here in this
Oh,
conversation?
this shirtless guy. Yeah, everyone's here, I think.
So he doesn't know exactly, but he said it's a shirtless guy. So it's like the shirtless. So he's like probably that guy or something like that. So the shirtless guy in your crew that's kind of known.
Cody, you're gonna have to take one for the team. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he gives me that look of I don't know if that's taking it in my eyes.
Well, then it's a win-win situation. That's if we can make that happen, that's good. So neutral with Esperanza. What's Salazar
neutral.
think about us?
Salazar is positive mainly because of his sister and seeing the things you have done. Sees you as a valuable opportunity. Now you don't know what his sister has told you, and you don't know his loyalty between him and his sister and you and him. But as far as
got a little bit brownie points.
Yeah.
We also helped his old friend Red save his son.
Yes. So that being said, Salazar is positive, not like hyper positive, like not like you and Rodrigo, but positive.
He's like a 4 out of 5, a 3.5 out of 5.
3 out of 5, 3 out of 5 is above average, but not like Rodrigo and Okoye are about equal. It doesn't seem that way, but Rodrigo seems to think are about equal as far as like, adoration. So above average for sure. Isabella, which is her, she knows very little of you, besides the fact that you survived a trip and encounter with Captain Red. So respect, but that's.
I don't think we know much about her either, right? I don't remember running into her.
Correct. No, you have not. But Rodrigo would tell you that she's pretty cutthroat.
She looks it.
Whereas Esperanza is more of the crafty kind of above table, like Jack Sparrow-y, does whatever she kind of wants to get what she needs. She's much more like how do you say, like a true bandit? She has known
no
I'll
scruples.
just kill you. I'll just kill you and take what I want. Yeah.
Not just that. She'll take your family on like some like Mexican cartel kind of shit.
Oh damn! Some Genghis Khan fucking salt the earth, kill all of your bloodline.
100%. She does not give a fuck. She is no joke. So respect for the fact that she respects Captain Red. You guys have earned the respect of Captain Red. That has made waves. The fact that you've made it up to Captain Red in a short amount of time, got your own fleet, and also gained a shard bearer, and less than 2 years as a crew is incredible. So you guys are seem like meteors right now, and people don't know how high you will rise or if you will fall very quickly as you risen. But as of now, you have, generally speaking, their respect. For the things that you've done. All being said, that's Isabella, Santiago Rivera. He treats you like everyone else in his circle, unless you're part of his crew. He thinks you're really dumb, stupid, and idiots, and that you couldn't possibly be as good as he is, because he's the greatest pirate the world has ever seen. His skills and talents put him above everybody. So he thinks so above table, he's like a really cocky asshole, and thinks that you are nowhere near his abilities. That's probably not true.
I literally wrote down narcissist before you started saying that.
All right, there you go there. And then you have Carlos Vega. He's a madman. He's a con artist. He's a swindler. His pirates are much more used to coercion and things like that than actual brute force. For example, he's known for doing things like buybacks or really weird trade, things like that. But he's not a really violent person. He likes to use his tongue and his gift of gab to kind of get his way around. And his small crew is just enough to where random pirates won't just randomly attack him. But he doesn't really like to fight. It's not his style.
How does he feel about us?
Neutral.
Neutral.
He probably
He's
doesn't.
mentioned
Even,
yes
he's
before.
like, who the has
Who
he?
the fuck are you? Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh, it's people. You know, they're powerful. But the people on your side so far, and also,
Then
I think it's
Raphael.
everybody. Oh yeah, Raphael. Yeah, there you go. There, Raphael, is positive. He sees that. He knows that one, Koa's alive. He seeks to poach him from your crew. He seems like a really skilled worker, and he's heard that he's also a shard bearer as well too. He's quite curious. Anyone that can claim a shard is powerful. So he seemingly talks to a lot of people. It's like, I wonder if that Koa guy has that shard. I wonder how he looks now. Probably more buff and ripped, things like that. And Rodrigo gives he glances over that, but it's even he's kind of uncomfortable talking about it. Uh, but he assumes that Koa
He
has the
said,
shard.
"quote He wants to see that ass."
He's like, man, it he said
What it says here.
yeah. So he definitely thinks that Koa has the shard, and he looks like a mix between The Rock and Vin Diesel, like super mega big bulky now. So he's excited. He does not know that you don't have a shard.
Well, it's good nobody outright hates us.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, that all being said as well too. Now, what you know is that Esperanza and Salazar are each vying to be an admiral, and they're pretty close. So that's something that specifically the rest of them are just random pirate fighting, just pirate stuff. But that's the big kind of thing. Like both of them are vying to be admirals and are trying to swallow up as many droops as possible to become admirals. So they've just been swallowing up. That's why their fleet's so big. They just assimilated smaller crews or killed them and just replaced them.
Yeah.
But both of them are fairly close. To be an admiral, Koa, you would know, it's a really kind of it's an interesting process. It's no kind of set in stones. It's pretty much like the eye test kind of thing. It's like if you are in an area and in that area you are the end all be all in that area, you pretty much become an admiral. For a reason why Captain Red, everyone respects him in that area. It's an eye test kind of thing.
If you're big enough, if you're strong enough, and you can prove it based on actions and strength of force, you can.
You pretty much are an admiral.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much you're always an admiral. So pretty much like people have to call you essentially an admiral before you even recognize as an admiral, kind of thing. It's like a leader usually doesn't need to call himself a leader. He just is a leader. We would just just follow his lead. The same like that.
Okay.
That all being said, Harry, you were at this meeting as well too. Do you know specifically that a person is coming after you in 1 to 2 months? Do you disclose this information to the party?
I mean, not everybody out loud, but I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, the inner circle. Yes.
Yeah, just Koa and Gon and Guinevere, probably, because I'm assuming she doesn't want to be far from me if I'm gonna be around there anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna say, well, this is all really nice that they're coming here and we'll get to have this talk with all these people, but there might be a problem. I've been told in my dreams, because that's how people reach out to me now, that someone is coming for me. I've been kind of feeling it. I told you guys that I'm connected to this shard network shit. And apparently, the Great Pillar, also known as the Beast, Vercingetorix, is coming for me. Or us. I'm not too sure. Probably everyone. I mean, if he's gonna make the trip. Yeah. It's gonna be a problem. He'll be here in a month or two. So I don't really see any way out of this. Either we get more powerful or we lay a trap for him. He's not coming for words, that's for sure.
What did we know about this great beast? Ghana just
Hair.
asked that to the group.
Yeah. That's pronunciation.
Jet Urix.
Yeah. It's Gowl.
Yeah.
So that puts a little bit of a kink in the plan then, Gone. If you're saying 1 to 2 months, like if it's 1 month, we would bail in a week after this. I mean, what do we know? What you're saying? A great beast, a great pillar. What do you even mean by a pillar?
Harry, roll me an intelligence check, and this is a really important intelligence check. You should really pass this one.
Use your stuff.
I am gonna use one of Harry's inspiration because he does have some. Let me
Absolutely,
find it.
Mont. Say I give it up for a reason.
I do. Awesome. Intelligentsia. Let's go. Bing bing. Wow, 41.
Okay. What you know of the Great Beast? And also as well too, you kind of get hinted at. The Great Beast is known specifically for a unique power or a shard power that he has. Is that he has the ability to spread madness, pure madness among men, creature, beast, and monster. And what he is known to do, he's actually quite known for this, is to on horseback or walking by, essentially either by himself with a small group of people, go around where he wants to conquer or control, and use his power and spread madness amongst the monsters and lead them to an area and cause pure pandemonium. And watch the entire environment just basically kill each other, and then he kind of gets whatever's left. It is not just in its what it's been described as is essentially this is above table. It's like World War Z, like beasts and monsters full sprint, or like feral ghouls and Fallout, just literally just no care about their preservation. And this is amongst man, beast, animals, man, women, children, and it's been described for those that have survived the madness as being filled with supernatural vigor, as they rush and decide to rend and destroy all things in their wake. It is horrible. They call him the Great Beast because it looks like what can only be described as a massacre when he leaves environments. Is incredibly effective.
So yeah, he lays waste to entire populations of man, beasts, monsters, whatever. He has an infectious power, but that's just one of many. He holds 4 shards.
What you would know as well is that because of your 41, which is a critical success, is that if you ever were to fight him, you definitely would not want to do it around other people or beings. It is exceptionally dangerous. How it can be described is if like I'll put it in game terms, like an ADC is like you don't want to have him feed or be fed. You really don't want him to have fuel for his powers. Something you know that he doesn't really fight at sea a lot because there's not too many things that he can kind of pull because it's the open sea. But on land, it is considered a death sentence unless you are an exceptionally powerful shard bearer to fight him. You may live, though the people around you most likely will not.
So he's a scourge that turns men into beasts and making them go berserk. What does he want with you? Just the shard's power? And what about this person who appeared in your dream? What does she have to do with all of this?
Oh, Christ. So, you guys remember when we went to Kabando? There's a little city, I mean, it's a freaking huge city near an oasis to the west of it. called
Kessa.
Kessa. Yeah, so one of the princesses of Kessa is also a shard bearer, and she visited me in my dreams. I don't like this popularity. I really preferred when it was just me and my herbs. This is kind of annoying. I don't know what she wants. She warned me about this. She says she's interested in me too. She wonders why the beast is interested in me also. She invited me over. Not sure what we would gain by going there.
Why would
the
she
trip
help
takes
you?
what, like 2-3 weeks? I don't know. She has 3 shards. My guess is she wants my shard too. You know, they're all fucking vampires, these people. This shard, it makes you want it. Crave it for more. I felt it when she was in my dream. I wanted it. Her strength.
Given
But-
the choice,
Yeah.
a princess in a faraway castle seems a much better prospect than the great
A-
beast.
A beast that lays
Or-
waste to the land it's on.
Or there's a third choice. And we shard one of you guys up. We hunt another one. Put it inside one of you. Give us a fighting chance. I don't know.
Do know that it is another shard, Harry, to the south.
Yeah.
It is pretty far away, but you do know it is one to the south.
But that's a campaign of weeks.
Oh no. If
How
you
far
go
is it?
by, it's right here. It's the red X here. Let me ship thing.
I
Yeah.
mean, we could
So, you
sail
could
to
buy a
Los
boat.
to Lo,
It's
we
a
can sail back to
couple
Los
days in boat.
Diantos in the boat, but
Couple
it's
weeks to
probably a
get.
good couple weeks to get there and back. Yeah.
Yeah. But once there, once we get a shard, maybe we just make our stand
But that leaves
in a
us with what do we
place
do?
where he can't use anything. But maybe it would be better to fight him at sea too. I don't know.
But that leaves
Yeah.
us what do we do with these pirates now too? Because you're still talking. If this guy's 1 to 2 months out, we're just barely potentially getting to that other shard if that's the direction we go before they're saying they're here. Yeah, it's a little farther away, but we don't even know where he's coming from.
We can call their banner sooner.
It's true.
If what you say is true, and he's more powerful on land, I'm sure somebody will bite at the ability to get a shard. We can
What
attack
if
him at sea.
we offered it? Let's say he has 4 shards. There's 7 people coming. One of them's already a shard bearer. Let's
He-
give them a balance. Those who prove themselves the best will have 3 shards up for grab. We keep 1 for ourselves, and we offer 3 up.
I think that's the best way. We can attack him at sea where he's weakest. Salazar. Was it Salazar? No, not Salazar. Who's got the shard?
Raphael.
Raphael.
Raphael would be able to. Santiago Raphael should be able to corroborate the story. If he can connect
So-
to shard bearers, he'll know of this
So-
person.
So understand. So one of the main advantages of fighting him at sea is not a lot of people being there. If you just bring a lot of people to him, that just gives him an advantage. Again. That
Yeah,
makes
but
sense?
if we raise that ship to the ground,
It's true. I'm just letting you know you
we
don't
just don't know his power. The only thing,
Yeah.
the safest bet is
I'm just trying to be transparent. I don't want you guys to be like,
No, that's
okay, yeah. Just
the
be
safest bet is probably Harry. You go and visit a princess while we take care of stuff here.
Could do that.
No, I'm not really fit to leave the island, so I can stay behind if you want to pick some people. I can make preparations and handle this while you guys do that. Also, no offense, but I don't want you dragging that fucking asshole onto Pirate's Rock, if we can help it.
Yeah, I'd prefer to avoid that too. Not let all this work go to waste.
Also, Harry, you would know that um that this woman speaking in your dream is definitely a shard power. You all cannot speak to each other mentally through the Drake game. That definitely seems like a unique power from her.
Okay.
The choice
All
is
right,
yours.
I can pick up a couple people. Maybe take Guinevere and her contingent of zealots,
Oh.
and one of our less useful pirates, I guess.
Do you really want to go
man
visit
the
this?
boat.
Do you really want to go visit this princess? Gon, are you saying that he should go visit this princess alone, besides Guinevere and a few people, or do you what is the plan?
Everybody else is
obviously
busy.
Splitting up. We can figure out the other side of it. Do I stay for the pirate for this meeting? I mean, there's torn both sides to this thing, because if this lady's actually trying to help him, is she trying to help him is the question. I mean, he may never come back if that's the case.
Koa, I leave that choice to you. I imagine that the workers here, your expertise is already done in making the dock. All the blueprints and all that's probably been drawn up.
Yeah, and
I
also Xena can definitely finish it by herself. If that's the case, this is transparency. She can finish it up.
Yeah, you're your own man, and Harry would probably do well with having you by his side. To be perfectly honest, if you want to go, I won't stop you.
I want to see Esperanza, but I also don't want him to just not return either. I mean, we got the idea that I think the whole reason this meeting's coming is because of the fact he has a shard. We control this.
That is very
he
true.
He has a shard.
That's very true. That's undeniably true.
Part of it.
Oh.
Part of it. It's not the only thing.
That's also true.
Could it turn sour when they realize that your shard bearer is not there?
Okoye would say as well too.
Or we wait for the beast to show up and kill us anyway.
I'm not
Okoye would say. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okoye would say, I do like Gon's idea of just having them come earlier. All of them are probably pretty close or close enough. We can do this in a week, or call it in a week. It may not be the best presentation, but at least we did something. It may not be perfect, but it'll be something.
That's the direction I was leaning. We call this for a week from today, a week from tomorrow. We send Sophia out to send that message tomorrow. We call it a week from tomorrow. That's 8 days. And the minute that meeting's done, we set sail. Because you're not going to be healed up enough to go. We grab Irene, the three of us, we hit the water. We get the 2-week sail out. We go see this woman. See what she has to say. Hope to God we return, otherwise, Gon, you're the de facto leader at that point anyway.
And
but we go set sail, and by the time we get back, you're healed up, ready to go, and we either figure out if we're fighting this beast from there, or we figure out the next best thing, but it directs them away from the island until that point. Because if he's chasing Harry, he's chasing Harry. And we start heading west 9 days from now. And it might be that you can get on the boat with us. We just stick you in the hull. You got another 2 weeks of healing to get there.
That being
3
said,
weeks from there.
That being said, I don't understand who's going to run Pirate Rock. Is the question.
We leave Guinevere.
Guinevere is definitely coming with Harry. She's definitely not leaving here.
Then Gon, you stay and you run this place while we make that trip.
I planned on it.
Okoye would stay as well. With Gon staying,
I think that's a great idea.
We can make things happen. Once we get established here, I can smooth things over, and hopefully we've made some allies at the end of this thing. You two, I am jealous. I want to go meet a mystical princess who sees you in your mind. That's a story. But I think we have bigger things to worry about. Then it's settled. Gon stands up, sliding his chair back with the creak. I need a drink and something to eat.
Also, above table as well too, Gon, if you like, you could make another character and accompany him as well too. And just do both. And this is where multiple characters comes into play too. So you can definitely play both provided.
Let me get a
or both.
Let me get a
Koa,
another character. Yeah, sure.
Koa helps you back with your dragon leg, with you dragging your leg behind you, and picks up one of the pieces of in his spare time, the mug and the whatever that he's made. He right out of the wine barrel, just a full mug, and sticks it in your hand.
Thank you. And just sloshes it back, his hands wet with the excess just sliding off of it, and just chugs like in that drink in the middle of the night that you're just you'd rather have liquid more than air.
Yep. Yes, dude. When your throat's dry as hell and you sleep with your mouth open.
Just lets it out, wipes it with his hand. The other hand, I imagine he's got a crutch, so he's just one hand doing the whole thing. Then it's settled. I think we get some sleep. I need to find Ayana. She needs. I need her to help me write a note, write a letter.
I'll go to Sophia and let her know she's out tomorrow to deliver the message.
Okay.
And this is where, but as you go to Ayana, so something is very curious. I have I'll ask you a question above table, Gon. This is a question where I know the Owl Clan is in the north is the southeast, right? Where guess what my notes tell me. I'm playing in the frozen north.
Yeah, Owl Clan is in the far north. They're in
Far
the secluded. North. Yeah, they're in the secluded.
So who's in the southeast? I could be wrong.
Southeast, it could be a few, but southeast are going to be Wolf Clan and Falcon Clan.
Okay, let's go Wolf then. Okay, so Ayana would tell you is that she has reached out to several clans in the south, and what she has said is, seeing that you have a foothold here, she has provision with her own money. She sent a ship, or called a ship down, and she says, essentially, you've been recognized, or people have recognized you as a great leader, essentially, and people from the north are willing to go on a boat to join your brigade, to raid. They've seen that a northerner like you actually survived the seas, and they thought it was a more of a eastern thing. Seeing that you've done it, they decided to join your cause, or at least that's what Ayana tells you, and start your own clan.
There's a change in Gon's face that is probably uncharacteristic. There's a hesitation that you normally wouldn't see. Which clans have you summoned?
He says there's some from the Wolf and the Falcon clans. Some of them that have been some of the more undesirables, or some of the more, people that wanted a better chance than what they've gotten in the Falcon and Wolf clan.
The Wolf clan. Okay. I don't know if you know this, Ayana, but I was once part of the Wolf clan. But I was exiled a long time ago. It's a long story. I was betrayed by somebody in my family. And I was a frost walker for many years before I showed up on this godforsaken piece of land. Hopefully I don't run into anybody that I know. But
she smiles. She says,
even a clanless like me, I guess, can make something of themselves.
She smiles and says, the great hero looks down upon you, and seeing that you've snatched fading glory from the depths of despair, and you have the chance to form your own clan. I believe that anyone that joins understands this, or understand that you were at least clanless. There's also going to be some clanless as well too. From my notes that from the letter, she says that there are going to be in about a month time, or in about 30 days. It's going to be on several boats. 117 Northerners coming down.
When she says that, there is a bit of pride as he stands up a little bit stronger. He's like, "That's right, I can make my own clan." He says, "I need you to write a letter.
He nods.
I need you to summon the 6 captains," and he gives the names and the information.
Mm-hmm.
But first, he grabs her by the arm. The clan needs to start with some children, and he slides that back to his room.
It's a romance initiated.
Yeah.
She accepts.
We gotta get some roots going if that's the case.
Yeah, she accepts, and she also would ask at this point to be the first and the main wife of you, if you would accept.
I have no objection. You've been a good woman and much fairer to me than anyone else has. And fade to black, basically.
No, fade to black. You basically consummate your marriage in the way of the wolf and the way of the northerner and the way of the hero. So you are married. You gain 5,000 experience points.
You gain constant nagging.
You lose your sanity.
And you
God,
gain
when are you
a
gonna get off
potbelly.
your ass and take out the trash?
Yeah, exactly.
I told your motherfucking ass.
I'll do it
If
when
you
I fucking
complain about
go.
this bum leg again, I swear to God.
Can you get off the video games already?
My mom said you should have got a better job by now. She told you to call her cousin. That being said, Koa, we turn to you.
Yeah.
Koa, during this time, you have received a letter.
Okay.
And it is from a certain captain, Esperanza. She has written you very recently, and during this letter, and says here, it is actually a scented letter. And it smells definitely like you remember her. Very spice and fiery, cinnamon. It's a very nice letter. And in very fine writing, she says, I hope that the seas have treated you well. And hopefully you can treat me as well as the seas and also fortune has treated you. I'll be hopefully joining you very soon, or coming to your island very soon. Keep the sheets clean for me. And she smiles and says, and send me back your going rate. It's probably gone up since last time we've met. And she has, with love, Esperanza.
So he will, he's gonna obviously take that letter, tuck it sort of into the freaking, tack vest that he has on, into the little pocket on the inside. And he actually isn't gonna send anything back because he's in his head when she says going rate, and he's like, gotta keep him a little waiting, gotta keep a little suspense.
Little suspense, okay.
But yeah, he definitely tucks that in, and if anybody sees him at some point, sort of walking, like in this case, walking back to over to wherever Sophia is, whatever little makeshift tavern, whatever we have, he'd pull it out and do the kind of the stick it back into the vest as he's
cinnamon, turmeric.
Yep.
Very nice there. So
but he will go to Sophia and just, Sophia, be ready to set sail tomorrow with a letter from Gon for the captains.
Yes, I can get the mirror pose about him. I can get to Salazar in back tomorrow because it's like half a day and back. So I'll send that out, and then they'll be ready to go in a week. Most of them are probably within a couple days travel, so it shouldn't be too much of a big deal for them. Terms sound good as well, so we'll it's definitely possible. So in a week. So
thank you. And he will, with everything she's done out of his own coin purse, he's gonna give her 1,000 copper. She's been fucking killing it. So.
Yeah. She nods and says, "This has been the probably one of the most successful crews I've been a part of outside of my brothers. But you know,
Well, I
pretty good.
appreciate everything you've done. It's without you, there's a few situations that I don't think we'd have gotten ourselves out of. So we appreciate you riding with us, and hope you will be fully willing to stick around for the long term.
She smiles and nods and says, fair enough. She says, if you want, we have some prisoners here. Did you want to offload any of those trinkets or anything like that in Mariposa? I will be there.
Absolutely. If you would, prisoners, any of them worthwhile that, in your opinion?
The Mariners and the Mercs are, but it takes a while to kind of basically press gang somebody. And they got to be on the sea for a while. So, is it worth it? Sure, maybe. Do we have that kind of time? From what it sounds like from the meeting, probably not. So I would just sell them wholesale.
Take the prisoners, take the trinkets, sell them off.
Okay. I need Ayana as well too. She's a merchant. She's better at this than I am. So I'll take Ayana. I'll take some Mercs and some Mariners, and we'll get there.
I'll make sure to let her know. But be ready if you can. Be ready to set sail somewhat early. Make sure we get this taken care of. We're hoping to meet with the captains within a week.
Yeah, I'll get the true. Pretty much packing up the trinkets now. Should be more than an hour or two to pack up on one ship. It isn't that many. As far as like bulk, as far as like 40 million of them. Get them all packed up and just give me a number and what they're worth. And I'll give it Ayana, and we should leave by first light.
Sounds good. Trinkets, from at least my count from what we've been dealing with, is give or take about 8,100, 80, 8,100. Whatever you get for the prisoners is, have Ayana get a good going rate from that one. Make sure everyone gets their share. You guys were the ones out there, so we'll make sure everyone gets their share.
She nods and she says, "Yeah." She says, "I'll try to keep this away. I'll try to move them in between, so that way Guinevere doesn't see, because he's a little intense."
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, she thinks they're prisoners, air quotations. But yeah, she smiles, nods, and she leaves.
I'm gonna walk back to Gon's tent, hear the bow chicka bow wow, and go to bed myself.
It's like, he just goes to bed, smells like this.
He lays down, just sets the letter down.
Soon. But very nice. We'll take our 15-minute break. It's a good time to stop. Got 15-minute break a little bit early and not late like we normally do. Late as shit. So we'll take a little bit here. So we'll be back 10 after the hour. So
sounds good.
See you then, guys. All right, and we're back from our 15-minute-ish break. Ish is because it's sometimes a little bit shorter, sometimes a little bit longer. It's like time, you never know. So we resume with the party. Essentially, fast forward a day. It is now current date, day 501. So please, any kind of timers you have, it's been an additional day. Please keep track of these things because I have a rough clock in my head about people's stuff, but it's not that tight. That all being said, it is a brand new day. Sun is in the sky. You know how I feel. As you guys woke up today here, first thing first, at first light, Sophia and Ayana would leave, and they would go to sell their goods. That all being said, I need somebody to give me a D100 for Ayana for her profession role.
All right, husband.
Give me a second.
D100.
There you go.
All right. She sells those the trinkets for 1.25 times the value. So whatever the value of those trinkets were, she can sell 1.2, one and a quarter times the value of those items. So I should have said that Jake has that. So whatever the value is, 1.25.
Sounds good. 161.
She also sells the prisoners as well too. Hold on. Rolling. I gotta actually roll that. So hold on. Give me a second about that. It's 9. Okay.
And 804. Okay. Sounds good.
Get 5,557 copper pieces for the prisoners.
Oh, shit. Okay. 10, 4, 6, 5 plus 5, 5, 5, 7. Sweet.
She returns. She hands that to you late that night, but that's still the same day. She gives those to you.
Okay. How many people went on that were out that grabbed all this
she
stuff?
She grabbed 15 mariners and Ayana and her in case there was a pirate attack. So 17 total.
17 total. Okay. 17, 21. All right.
Also as well too, the 3 pirate ships are still expecting to get paid. You have not paid them, so they're looking to see for the 8,000. You know, I'm saying that is something that they're like, hey guys, we're on all that loot. Where's our pay?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. How many people? That's what I was meaning. Was how many people were on those 3 ships that this stuff went to?
It was 30 each. So it was
90?
I believe 4 ships. Yeah, 3 or 4 ships. Was it 90 or 120?
It was 3 because we wouldn't have sent the Crimson Dawn out, or if we would have left one here. Yeah. So
yeah,
minus
so
6 dead.
Minus 6 dead. Yes, it's true.
Yep.
So that's 84.
So then, nope, because it would have been 89. Sorry, /1 16022 because we still get our cut. We're the fucking leaders of
It's
this
true.
shit.
It's true.
So everybody is gonna get 180 copper.
All right. They look down with their pay and say, nice, we're gonna get paid. We just got paid. You know that for pirates, most of them don't get paid that much. They mostly get paid in this, wine and loot. They kind of loot. But getting 180 copper pieces, it doesn't seem like that much to you
I'm
all.
definitely assuming they're skimming off the fucking top. We didn't get everything.
But 180 is not that much to you guys, but 180 is, I mean, yeah, I think food and drink is like 2 to 5 copper pieces and things like that. And I mean, a chicken is like a copper piece.
Yeah, that'll set them up for a month probably.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, especially because room and board is not being, they don't have to pay for any of that shit. So, yeah. As far as drink, that lasts them a long time. Yeah. They're pretty happy with it. They're not very happy, but they're above neutral. You didn't,
Hey,
fuck
you
them.
we
Fuck
sent
them
out 90 fucking people, and that's what you brought back. That's what you're getting paid. That's your share.
That's fair. No, it sounds fair to them. So, a nod. And that being said, Ayana says, the from her understanding, Salazar agrees, and also it's a pretty reasonable term, so they also agree. So I will turn to Koa. So, Sophia says, all right, what kind of preparations are you making that I need to be aware of above table? To factor into.
I'm going to get as much material as I can, and as many bodies that are not working on the docks, because we want to get these docks as finished as we can over these next few days. And the biggest thing, even if it's going to be just like 4 poles with a freaking like sail over it to cover it.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is I want to get a table and
A pavilion.
chairs. Yeah. Well, the biggest thing I want is the table and basically chairs for the 6 captains and the 4 of us.
So you have tables on your ships and chairs from the pirates.
So the chairs themselves, but I want one long table. I don't want separate tables. So he's gonna build one long table that'll basically hold 10 people, and then essentially it's gonna be enough of whatever he can get done of basically a pavilion, kind of in the middle of the island in a clearing that's flat. That's what he's looking to do. So that's what I'll say. We need supplies. I need people. We're gonna build a basic pavilion and table and go.
Yeah, I mean, you can grab two sets of sails, put one sail on the ground, almost like a tarp.
Yep.
And then kind of a long table to hold it down, and put the 4 poles on each corner of the pavilion, and then kind of sail on top of it, and then you can even kind of droop down and kind of if you grab 3 sails, you can kind of wrap the thing around, have the opening, one opening. So
we're gonna have we are gonna have one in though with the Crimson Dawn flag covering one end of the opening.
Yes,
You're on our fucking island. You're the Crimson Dawn flag.
No, so you can if you wrap if you want to keep that sail and not kind of cut it open, you can kind of have the 3rd sail that's wrapping around it. Only have one entrance, but have on the entrance like the banner leading into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Exactly.
Have that, and then you can have the kind of table. The table will take you about like 2 days to get it light to where smooth the edges, because it's a lot of just raw wood and broken boats and shit like that. You can easily like that. The chairs, you already have the chairs from the pirates for the captain's quarters from like the 5 ships you have. Just rip them off or take them out.
And I'm gonna find the 10 most even chair. Like there's not gonna be one chair higher than the other. Like I'm gonna take the time to plane them so they're all basically are the same chairs, so everyone understands we are all on an even playing field with this conversation. Yeah. And then
I would
have almost like a standoff area for knowing that they're probably going to bring a couple of their own crew members to overhear it. There's going to be almost like a little standing area or like a separate sitting area that just has some little random tables, random chairs just for the 2 or 3 people that they might bring into the actual meeting with them.
Yeah, I mean, 100% with the whole sail pavilion thing like that. I mean, you probably need at that point, instead of 4, 8, because it's kind of a big area. Because if there's 6 of them, 6 or 7 of them, each of them are probably bringing 4 to 5 people. You probably just need 8 poles, 2 in each, just to reinforce the middle.
Yep.
You have that in there, and then you have 3 or 4 tables in the back. Okay, so that would take a day just to smooth out the ground.
Yep.
Because you're not using plywood just to smooth that out. But you can, in a week, basically, you can do all that stuff.
Yep.
So first couple of days, smoothing out the ground. 2nd day, laying down the poles and the tarp. 4th day, wrap the shit around and all that shit. But you can definitely do that. Just for example, this is going to be, I say, a journeyman level task. Roll your profession roll. You see how well you do it. You still do it. It's just how well you do it. It's kind of hard to fail this.
So this is what, because I'm a master.
So you double your bonus.
So /R D1, 1D100 plus 20?
It's doubled. Your bonus is, I believe it's 16 or something else. Check. Notes. I think because you're a master, and it's doubled because it's an easier task.
Right. But it's based off my wisdom, correct?
Yes, wisdom or strength.
And
One of
I'm
those
a
two.
I'm
Strength.
I'm a plus 15 on wisdom. So, well, if I had strength, then I would add 44. So,
Yeah, no, it's strength, and then you also it's strength and the bonus you get from your profession.
oh, that's right.
So yes,
which
so the
was-
bonus from your profession is double.
Got it. So 22, and
Yeah,
then,
right here. Hold on. Oop.
Thank you. That's what I was looking
There
for.
you go. So it's 32 plus your strength.
32 plus. Okay.
Yep,
Plus
and the
22.
DC is 60.
93.
There you go. Like I said, it's really hard to fail when you're a master at journeyman level task. You are successful. Not critical success because it's 39 on the die, but
Yep.
you are successful.
Perfect.
That all being said, you definitely complete them very well. So basically for the week, that's what you're doing essentially. Makes sense. Okay. For that task, completing that task, you gain 1,000 experience points on top of any experience you gain per day. It's not a hard task, but it's a task.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to Harry Belafonte and the company. Harry, as you sleep, give me a charisma roll.
33.
Okay, as you sleep, you were visited by Azani. And this time, it seems like any kind of pretense she had before is kind of dissipated. You are kind of meeting. So, what place would be very important to you in a positive way in your mind? Like
Huge library with alchemical components on tables everywhere, racks of instruments and scientific tools, stuff like that.
she would, in your mind, because you have actually been to the Great Library of Kabando, you see that now you kind of have a better idea of who she is and whatever. You kind of get a feel of that. You kind of wake up and essentially, or not wake up, you kind of open your eyes, and you're sitting down in front of this massive table, and you're in the Great Library of Kabando, except it's a little bit tweaked, and you kind of see that there's an alchemical set in front of you. There's a like various mathematical tools to kind of balance chemical equations. You see that there's various books that you can't really read the words. You definitely can feel in your mind that they're related to chemistry, herbalism, things like that, and alchemy. You sit in front of Azani. She is definitely still wearing the same kind of metal armor and lightly metal armor gear. She looks in front of you and she says, "Greetings."
Well
Just
met.
Have you thought about the words that I've said, and have you made a decision?
Yes, there's a few things that we need to take care of, and then I plan on making a visit.
Interesting. What decided that what swung your sway to come see me?
Well, as a shard bearer, I don't have a lot of allies, and you seem to have information, so not much of a betting man, but I'm gonna take my chances where my odds are better.
She smiles and she says, "As long as you're under at least my roof, the Great Beast won't come. He's not trying to start a world war. He's hoping that I believe to pick you off before he can gain any allies where he can't really touch you. So, whether that's me or anyone else, be wary. But you should definitely be able to get here before he gets here, or before he can get you, as far as I'm aware. So, it'll take you 2 to 3 weeks to get here from the Silver Hill, and a week or two to get here from Kabando. So he shouldn't be able to get to you as quicker than that if you leave quickly. But it depends on him. He doesn't have, as far as I'm aware, any kind of movement like shard abilities that I'm aware of. Though he has more than one shard, and I've only seen or heard stories of his madness shard. but not any of the other ones.
I do have a question about him. Does he usually wear a helmet?
So the people that have seen him says he does not wear anything outside of a robe.
Good. Good.
That being said, what is interesting about him is that people that have seen him usually see that his hood is always covered, and very few people have actually seen his face. They know him by his robes. He wears the robes of a monk or a weary traveler. But those Westerners, and it looks at you, they'll have a really religious tend to your shard-like powers. I know he's a lord, but he dresses like, from my understanding, a monk. But
All right, well, then I guess I'll be seeing you in a few weeks, unless you plan on visiting me in my sleep again. I'll have to tell you, it's quite annoying. Not a big fan.
She smiles and says, do you think this is you're sleeping?
I don't know.
You think
I
this
don't
is
think
air
I'm
you're breathing?
awake.
Sorry.
Well,
uh,
we're in some sort of a mind space at the very least, so if this isn't a dreamscape, it is a mindscape that you're accessing if you're not creating it because you said it was mine.
It is yours. She says, how much do you really know about shards?
Not enough. I guarantee you, because when I picked it up, I didn't know it was gonna fuse to me right away.
She smiles and he says, no one ever really knows the first time, unless you're really in a loop. Me as a royal, I was given mine from birth. So I had mine for a very long time. And I was also trained from various texts and relics about how to use a shard. But it seems as if you just kind of stumbled upon one.
Pretty much, yeah.
That doesn't happen very rarely. Most people that find shards are already in the game.
Yeah, the game. What a dangerous... Oh, God. I really wish I wasn't a part of it, I'll tell you what. I'm a very simple person. I have very simple needs. This is all way above my head. I'm not very interested in any of it. Now I'm stuck with it.
But you seek knowledge.
Oh, yes. I'm a great seeker of knowledge. Curious. I love to peruse it on my own, in solitude. And this forced entry into the world is quite an inconvenience, I'll have you know. I really wish I could hide my presence from the network.
She smiles and says, with great knowledge comes great power. You know this. And she says that if you seek to be a great scholar, you must protect the knowledge that you've gained along the way. Same is true for being a shard bearer. But I'll leave you with this. She says, sorry, the music's kind of loud.
I know. I thought you were going to say some epic shit like.
Yeah, I was
like,
like, I don't have anything that epic to fucking meet the music of what's going on. This is
but what I do have to say, dramatic pause.
Yeah, it was like so intense. Like, yo, this is like a 4. This is like the massive. Anyway, but what she leaves you with is this. All shards are aspects of reality. They are mirrors of ourselves, our dreams, and concepts. And what that means, if you think about it more, is that shards not only grow with use and power, but also drove from the concept drove from the strength of the concept on the world itself. For example, the concept of fear is a shard. It exists. But during times of great strife and danger, that shard would be exponentially stronger than it would be in times of peace. I'm not sure what your shard power is, but if the concept of your shard grows weaker or stronger, it can even evolve outside of your interpretations. That's one universal fact of shards. Like all concepts can grow outside of a vacuum. So, for example, knowledge. Knowledge is not only beholden to itself. Things can interact and change it. And she says, be careful and be wary, because not only can shard bearers track you, other beasts and beings that have been around since the beginning of time also seemingly have similar abilities. Be wary. It's not only shard bearers that can track you. And she smiles and nods. But she kind of hesitates and waits if you have anything else to say before leaving.
Yes, and what about you? What do you stand to gain by harboring me, essentially?
Knowledge. Knowledge is power. You have found a new shard. Learning what that can do and learning your character is interesting. Worst comes to worst. If you prove useful, I can use you. If you prove to be an inconvenience, then I'll slay you. I don't think it's possible. That being said, there are worse things than just death. There are stories about the great beast and his power. I don't want to scare you, and I'm not sure how much of it is true, but for someone that's been around as long as he has, and his master, his shard powers, being trapped under madness for hours, potentially at a time, I assume not a very pleasurable experience. And because he has more than one shard, he can do that more than one time. He has at least 4, potentially. So essentially, he could trap you under madness for hours, every day, while he studies and figures out the powers of your shard. Some fates are indeed worse than death, and so I'll just be wary.
Indeed, thank you.
He says, so worst comes to worst, you'll gain knowledge and power, or you'll die. She smiles. She says, and be wary. I might seem, by face worse than death, just understand that where there is serenity and safety in your world, there's also danger and destruction. And she leaves. And as she leaves, you see the world around you begin to crumble, and you can kind of see poking behind the edges of these cracks in this like twisted dreamscape of reality. The things that you fear, like deep inside of your mind, the things that you faced as you were a child, a baby, torments, like Lucette or things like that. These things in the cracks of the reality, as the reality kind of falls down, you can see them just behind the edges of these cracks as the world shatters, just waiting to pounce. It's a really almost surreal kind of feeling of seeing your nightmares and dreams and wishes become reality in your this kind of dreamscape. But like, for example, no one really seeing, your fear of falling down as a child manifested in reality is really as a perversion of this kind of thing. Is almost surreal, very surreal feeling of seeing, your mom in danger or something like that. But, these twisted kind of perversions of reality kind of manifested just beyond your reach. As the world shatters around you, you now essentially go back to what is the reality that you're used to.
Awesome. A little freaked out. Great.
It's a little out there. That all being said, gone. I know that you guys have made characters, and since they're gonna all be here at the same time, so would anybody like to introduce their characters today? That the part we get to know as.
I had this is above table. I had a clever way.
Okay, well,
to
no,
introduce
I'll
him. To introduce him.
Okay, well, save Yeah.
The next morning, whenever we wake up, Gon gets up and he sends the letter off as he would, or Ayana would. He dresses himself and moves through kind of Pirate's Rock, and he realizes his position has changed a little bit. And he goes through the rank and file kind of members from ship to ship, and he realizes a leader has to be more than intimidating and brute strength. And he wants to meet take stock of the men, basically. So he's going to go throughout the town, try to determine who's worth a fucking damn, but also try to seem of the people. He wants to figure out where these guys, their backgrounds, that sort of thing. So he's kind of mingling with the people. Where are you from? Helping on the ships. I mean, he doesn't see himself as like a person who commands on high. So he wants to be with the people, and that's what he'll do. He'll meet people, and maybe that's a clever way of us introducing.
Absolutely. I mean, so and people would tell you like almost everyone here is an Easterner. I would say, as far as percentage wise, I'd say it's like 90%, 95% Easterners, 5% Southerners. But everyone would kind of tell you a very similar tale of being kicked out around 15, 16, being forced to kind of make their own way, traveling with their buddies, working on boats, things like that. It's a very similar tale of hard work and endearment. Even though they're all pirates, they pride themselves on their knowledge of boats and their knowledge of knowing how to work together, but also their knowledge of defending themselves and taking pride in the ship that they're a part of. All these Easters have a very similar like creed or culture of being very prideful of their ship, and kind of taking more stock of these surroundings. You notice is that that every boat you guys have is pretty much like it's almost like a small competition to see who can kind of take better care of it, clean it, whatever like that. Because in the Eastern culture, your ship is like your home. So now, obviously, Jesus and Juan were kind of the exceptions. They were just kind of degenerates. They didn't really give a fuck. But most of these people here actually do take stock and care of the ship that they're in, and you would kind of notice that specifically of that. People tend to instead of even actually like sleeping on the tents that they have and stay in land, most of them actually tend to sleep on their boats, things like that, because they take more pride in their boats as a part of their life than just staying on the tent, things like that. That's what you notice.
But there's a kind of a common thread where these people are just taking care of themselves, lifting themselves up by their bootstraps, and they earn everything they want. Cool.
But as you are walking around, you do recognize that sort of outlawish, outlawish attitude with a Southerner that's on this island, sort of lazily swinging in a hammock that's been hung up between two trees, face a little bit scarred on the side, almost skin still sort of cracked open, broken open in a couple of spots, piercings all over, maybe athletic build but slightly effeminate, just sort of swinging in a hammock as you're walking around taking stock of everybody.
I think Gon would notice him. The big hulking northerner moves towards the hammock, his shadow cast straight across it, blocking out the sun. Big forearms, kind of like steel cables over his chest, and he's like, "You're awfully pretty for an outlaw. Though it looks like someone had to break that pretty face of yours. What's your name?"
Well, my name's Tariq. I'm was here when you guys decided to take over, just kind of hiding my way out, just looking for something to do. It's one of those things that I just sometimes when you're in the right spot, you're in the right spot, and you guys just seem to be the ones that be able to take care of people. I don't know what to tell you. And he just kind of rambles.
What we do.
But I always like to think I can be of a little bit of help. You seem to be the type that knows your way around getting some information, making some money, so figured I'd stick around.
I know I do, but I don't know if you can. Looks like everyone else around here is working and you're on your ass. You got actual skills, or you just like to talk?
Like to talk. I got a little bit of skills. I mean, I know my way around a boat. Know my way around getting some information. But I figure
Do you know your way
here.
around? Do you know your way around this? And he'll draw a dagger and kind of toss it over. You any useful with that?
He'll catch it, and he's gonna attempt to just turn and find like the somewhat like that, you know, that like 10-15 yard tree, and just whip the dagger at it to see if he can hit it.
Give me a
You better land this shit.
I know.
Okay, give me a D20 roll, and this is gonna be if you roll less than, I would say less than 7, you miss. D20 roll.
This is one of those level 1 characters. Here we go.
Hey,
watch this.
I hope you succeed.
Hey, there it is.
There you go. Okay, good stuff. All right.
Yeah, so he turns and just sort of whips the dagger hard, like with that little bit of a wrist flick, and it just and right into a tree, 15 yards away.
Nice.
Not bad. But now you don't have a weapon. And Gon just flips the hammock
Yes!
upside down. Just flips him out of it onto his ass.
Now you're unarmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're unarmed. Flips him on his ass. But then puts his hand out. He's like, "You're not so bad." And he offers to help him out.
Yeah, he'll take it and hey, thanks for the help. I figure if I stick around you long enough, I might be able to learn something. So hopefully you don't mind me sticking around.
I don't know if I like your style, but I definitely like your guts. Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Seeing this Gon, people do kind of approach, and you do see a woman that definitely stands out. Apparently, most women, most Easterners are very, thin, lean women. This woman's she's a hard luck woman. You know what I'm saying? She's she's a sturdy gal. As she approaches, what does she look like?
You see Beatrice. Beatrice she's a girl's thicker than a Snickers, thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. She's
What's up with the big girls?
She's round. She's got kind of long unkempt hair that's limp. It's a bit oily. It's definitely poorly cut. She's heavy set. She's got scars across her body, and she wears foreign clothes, kind of sailor's garb, long,
Nice.
kind of long hemp shirt and trousers. But you see her at a table.
Put this picture out.
Yeah.
Come on.
She looks pretty rough. She doesn't have the armor, but she's sitting at the table
Yeah.
and she's got a huge pile of food on a plate nearby, and she's mindlessly chomping at a big loaf of bread and sopping it
Nice.
into food. Just going to town, but her head is in maps. She's got the implements of a navigator on the table as she examines the local sea, the geography. She's got a star map. You can tell that she's an explorer, and the girl likes to eat.
All right. Gon, do you approach this woman? She definitely stands out. Out of all the Easterners, she's definitely different.
Yeah, she's definitely different. Gon would approach, seeing the food there. He's going to help himself by sitting down and grabbing a piece of bread. I'm going to role play with myself for a little bit. As he reaches, she grabs the dagger and just stabs it down pretty much. Stabs it down. She stabs it down right onto the bread, and she looks up at Gon, not realizing. There's a bit of shock as she realizes who it is, and she says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry." She's a bit shocked at what to say, and Gon just kind of laughs and takes the dagger and slices the bread in half. And then there's like, I don't know, let's say butter or something. He spreads it, and he'll still eat it, and he's like, "I'm Gon. I don't think we've met. What are you doing here?" And she just explains that she's an explorer. She's hopefully she's an explorer that's never been out on an adventure. Most of the men here don't take her seriously. And a lot of the other women, she feels kind of like an outsider for the most part. But she's like, but if you give me a damn chance, I'm going to prove myself. I'm the best navigator. I know the stars. I know the alignment. I know the moon phases. I can get us around the world. Someone did not pay for their Spotify.
Somebody is a Gregory, you know. So as
like, is Viagra right for you? I'm like, what is that?
Hey, I don't know, man.
Consult your
Hey,
doctor.
when you see it, when you see that
We're
thick
all
of a
getting
woman,
older,
you know,
right,
she
guys?
might ask you that question.
Hey, so can you get it up, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, find out, you know. But that being said, as you say this, Okoye does appear. I mean, he actually does see
Hands up a little blue pill.
The Blue Chew ad just rolls up.
He said,
Don, I took this pill. It won't come down.
And you have any?
We need sponsors, guys. I'm not.
Hey, so you see Okoye pull up with some Raycons? He has some Raycons and stuff. He's like, man, what are those, Okoye? These are some magical devices. These are some new shard techniques, some shard tech. New shards here.
Yeah, polarized shard tech fucking glasses.
He's like, yeah, man. We got the new. So you know, it's a new sharp power. We can watch the new Madam Web and this thing. Being said, the Okoye does approach, hearing somebody call himself the best navigators ever, and he says, "I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure who you are, but you're damn sure not better than Sophia and Guinevere. To me, they're the best I've seen personally." And she looks up at this woman, and Okoye is a bit of a misogynist, so he definitely sees her and he's like, "Oof."
Like most of the guys here, yeah, she's a little sloppy, but she doesn't take shit. She'll stand up, and you know she's not very tall. She's short round too. She's maybe 5'1".
Yeah.
But you know, hand on hip, and she's like, but you never seen me, motherfucker.
He says, and he looks around. He does like the Hulk Hogan, or like the, like.
Yeah,
are you
brother.
deaf? Are you deaf and ugly?
Oh,
Don just starts
charisma
laughing.
No, Okoye is like a little hurt. He's a little hurt. He's stopped down, but that's a straight dagger to the heart. He's like, I'm not ugly, and he walks away.
Okoye, you're losing your touch.
He's like, hey, man. He turns and leaves. But that being said, this is happening here. Harry/Mark, as this is kind of around the general crew area, would your character be around this area as well too? Would they be able to meet your character?
I think he would be more of a fringe character in this village, seeing as he's there because he was kidnapped. So he's been living there because somebody owns him, I'm gonna assume. He's a lawful person. He really doesn't fit in.
Ko is just like, would get the sail on the would get that sail on the post, man. Let's go. What are you doing?
Oh my lord.
What does he look at?
What does your character look like as Cole orders him around? He's like,
he's a lanky dude. He's got a sharp face, really pale skin. You can tell that he spends a lot of his time in the shade, having this white Westerner skin. He's a little more fragile than the rest of them. He's got oily hair, doesn't take very good care of himself, probably spends a lot of time outside. He's got dirt in his nails constantly. He has this sour fucking face all the time, like he's not happy being there. Like he just looks like everybody's telling him what to do, and he really hates it.
Right? He's a prisoner,
right?
He's like, man, I love to be out here, guys.
So he answers very bluntly, okay, and he just does it. He keeps his head down. But he has a couple of some knives, some skinning knives on his belt. You can see that he carries water skin and provisions, so you can tell that he probably spends a lot of time outside. He has like survivalist gear on him.
After yelling at him, Koa is just gonna kind of walk up to him. Dude, why do you really seem scared for somebody who's living on a free island? This makes no sense. Why you act like you're being paid for your stuff you're doing. As long as you keep working, you're gonna have food, you're gonna have shelter.
He just nods. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes.
Koa sort of turns around, looks at somebody else. No, it needs to be Plum. Would you just?
Like, why are they complaining he's a prisoner?
You can see him mouthing behind your back.
Like, dude, like, why are they complaining he's a prisoner, bro? He's just a prisoner here, dog. What is he doing?
Long from his home.
Yeah, he's like, dude,
no
you got a wife and kids, bro? What are you, a loser, dog? You have a family you want to go home to? Come on, bro. You want to go home to your family that cares about you, that probably misses you, that haven't seen you like 5 years, you were a prisoner?
Could be worse.
You
He
wanna
could be all that and unemployed.
What's wrong with you?
Right?
All being said, very nice here. Just so you guys know as well too, as you guys are all kind of sitting here for the day, I will say, unless anything else happens for the day, obviously you're working on the dogs, you're recovering. Harry, you are also, I didn't ask you, Harry, now that your fields are done, what else would you be doing? Because your fields are done pretty much. They're already
all right. So I'm gonna start building what I'm gonna call my contingency plan. I'm going to grab a helmet that we have spare. I'm gonna ask our blacksmith to make it a little larger, enlarge it a little bit, and I want her to make slots inside where I can insert vials of Western Fire and poison.
Okay, makes sense.
And then once that's done, I want to put like 10 Western Fire and 2 vials of poison, which would be 12 doses total.
Okay.
And so if I'm ever like in a pinch, that's what I'm gonna shove on this guy and just fucking bang it.
City boys! Yeah, because you can run
I
on
go
water,
pretty
dude.
fast, so I can maybe get the jump on him, like if things go really sour. So that's what he's
Can
gonna
run on
spend
water,
his time
like
building.
like
Yeah,
Jesus.
exactly. So I'm gonna go on his ship, put it on him, just give it a punch and get the fuck out.
That's true.
You're taking that off the boat, right? So 10 vials of Western Fire are removed from the boat.
No, that's my personal inventory. It's what I have on me.
Okay.
And the poison, I'm gonna make fresh now. I have like a lot to make.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You like in a helmet. Don't worry about that. I mean, like between like the amount of random blacksmiths or just a helmet you can be modified, go like maybe like a half an hour for what you're asking. Just cut a hole.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you can definitely get that helmet thing in there. So you're doing that. Okay, that makes sense. All right. I would say that day goes past without any problems. As you guys are doing this here. I assume everybody's kind of going forward. So I think while this week kind of sends forward a little bit, we'll cut back now to the other party as it's now day 51. It's been a day. Do you guys have any ideas of, or does anyone have any ideas of what their characters will be doing now that you guys have a little bit of money? Ibrahim, Ramses, and company. What you guys are doing is basically the air quotations main party is simming for a week, basically, as we cut back. It is now day 5.
Let me get some of my notes.
Notes section.
We are flying to another continent. With our other characters.
We just came back. We rested like a day.
Yes,
we had started doing research. Like I still have 14 days of training to do a staff. So he spends the 2 weeks.
Yeah, with Abby's.
Yep, he spends 2 weeks training.
Right. So you're training there. Abby's doing research on the bone and things like that, and also trying to find a seller for that. And the hidden secret. I know that. Ibrahim, what are you doing?
I would train 2 weeks also. I'll learn 2 skills, I guess.
Okay. And Ramses, what are you doing?
Ramses, for this
Yeah.
time, he's tending to his animals. He learned beast trainer, so he's training the hunting dog for combat and a variety of other things.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Sweet. You were doing that. Fair
Dog's
enough. I
name
was.
Jumbo.
All right. I'd say as far as beat training as well too, I would say to get this thing fully trained as like a not a warhound, but to get it trained enough to where it's a competent. I'd say about 10 successes and then be able to not attack the right target like that. As far as hit dice, I would say the dog has hunting dog. I say 3d8 sounds reasonable. So I'd say roll, and that's what HP's has.
Rough. A little below average. He's a little.
So
he's a
whatever
little.
the
He's
HP
a little.
that is what it is.
He's a little
Am I
scrawny.
breaking up?
He's got. No, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
He's got more
yeah.
HP than Ramses, actually. So.
There you go there. As far as speed. Oh. Okay. Hear me? Hello?
You're
We can.
good, dude.
You all
Sorry.
right?
My headset randomly died. So
Oh,
hey.
you're good.
So L being said, the dog speed is 60. So let's go to that
Nice.
because dogs are fast.
Fast
And
as
yeah.
fuck, boys.
Fast as fuck. But I didn't armor, it's fast as shit. So all that being said, that's your dog. 10 successes, and right now the dog just kind of does whatever he wants to do. Like I'm talking like in combat, right?
Yeah.
He may
I
attack
mean-
the right target, he may not, he may run away. But you get those 10 seconds basically.
I need to get my Poke badges up.
Yeah, you got trained up, things like that. Once you get trained up, he'll follow your orders, things like that, quite easily. And normally it's 20, but because you're a beast trainer, it's half because you're a trainer. All right. So you guys are doing that. That makes sense. We'll go there. All right. And I want to say here we will. So you guys doing that and there. So with your new characters, they get a 75 experience points as well too every day. What would your new characters be doing during this time? I'm talking about Beatrix, Jay's character, and Malcolm. I forgot your character's name. Jay.
Mine, Tariq.
Yes. Tariq, yeah. Tariq, yeah.
I need to write this down. So Tariq, what was his profession? He was an outlaw.
He's an outlaw.
And Malcolm's a what?
Survivalist.
Survivalist. Nice. Okay.
And Beatrice
Is a explorer.
An explorer. Cool. Let me
Uh,
add these to the list now.
Yeah, and seeing that Beatrice is gonna be with Guinevere. Guinevere, I mean, she's gonna have to put up with Guinevere because Guinevere's gonna be with Harry, and obviously you're gonna be with Harry too. So it's gonna be interesting. It's like, have you heard of our Lord and Savior, the Shadow?
It might convert her. I don't know.
It may, yeah.
It sounds really bad, but Tyreek is spending most of his time literally just relaxing, waiting for a ship to leave, because the whole downside to him, he is lazy until something kicks off. So he's either waiting for a boat to go out, he's
Nice.
he's
chilling.
He's
Yeah, I
chilling,
mean-
or he's doing that, or he's kind of like sitting back, sort of quasi helping, watching the building of the pavilion for the meeting, going, okay, something's gonna kick off here, so maybe this is an area I can be put. Otherwise, he's just sort of like wandering the island, like chilling out and waiting for something to happen that's more exciting than what's going on.
I mean, it makes sense to me. Like I'm an outlaw. Like, I didn't pick this profession to work hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to live a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense. You work hard sometimes.
Yep.
So it makes sense to me. So you're chilling there. You still get your 75 experience points because during the 1 to 2 hours you actually do stuff, you are still working towards your task, or you're trying to perfect your outlaws. Maybe you're kind of throwing daggers at a board, or you're trying to work on how you move and things like that. Just here and there.
He might be
Kinda-
randomly talking to people, trying to like
basically staying ready so you don't
use,
have to get
use
ready.
his silver tongue to maybe get something they have off of him, a piece of copper, a locket, like whatever, just to see if he can do it, and then he'll be like, yeah, whatever, give it back.
Okay, so definitely doing that. That's totally fine. So you get your experience for that. I would say Beatrix, as what are you doing in this basically week of time, as the rest of the party is doing things?
Yeah, I mean, she'd be finally allowed onto one of the ships, someone taking it seriously. She'd hang out with Guinevere. And don't we have another explorer on the group? Or was it just Guinevere?
I don't, unless
No,
someone else.
no, I'm looking
Just
at it.
Gwenny.
There isn't one. Yeah,
What is that?
she's hanging out with Guinevere. Where she was kind of outspoken and loud with other people underestimating her. She has a reverence for Guinevere. I mean, it's the Guinevere. She's got a reputation definitely across the Silver Heel. So she is like, yes, ma'am, whatever you need. She's taking looks and peeking at whatever map she's done. But she is attentive and a good student despite her looks. She's a little frumpy, but yeah, she's gonna study with her.
Something you know about Guinevere as well, too, specifically as you kind of study her. No one's really been kind of that, like, Koa kind of, but not really like reverence. All of you guys, the main crew, like, are not famous, but like amongst people that know dangerous people, it's like your artist's favorite artist or your writer's favorite writer kind of thing. Amongst the people that are in that profession, you guys are those people or on the cusp of being that. But in the no. So Guinevere, what's unique about her is, unlike most explorers, or like have that more like rebellious kind of solo, she is the ultimate team player. And she has these people around her that wear these garbs, and her entire time here, instead of really exploring, she's been leatherworking, 100% making outfits for the people that follow her, and they all have these robes made of leather, and they're very nice. Like these almost like Templar garb, like the Templar little thing with like the Roman little cross and a white thing. 100% fine leather jerkin, fine cotton wool, like I don't know what it's called, but that with the symbol of the shattered one on it. And what's interesting about Guinevere is that every single morning she would also hear these speeches that Guinevere has, not only from a religious perspective, but of knowledge. Unlike most people, especially at this time, she gives knowledge freely, what she knows. She is not just zealot. She's not just a zealot in this fact of what she believes, but she also believes as well too of unity, which means since we're all equal under the Shattered One, then we all have the right to learn and grow as equals. So she shares what she knows as well too.
Cool. Yeah, I'd imagine Beatrice, she's studious. She listens to it, and I think she can appreciate the stories, but doesn't see it anything more than like folklore or something.
Right.
But she is definitely studious, and she's maybe a little anxious of a person, self-conscious, and definitely she eats her feelings. So she's sitting there scribbling away, getting things there. She's always got a cookie, a bowl of something. She's chomping away. That's her, she's got an apple or something, but she is clinging to Guinevere like a major fan and hanging on to her every word. But she definitely she thinks it's interesting, but the religion of the West is very esoteric and very strange to people on from the Eastern island, the Eastern archipelago.
Shards or something. Yeah, it's very strange. But Guinevere would offer for someone that's, if you spend time with her, her low language is gift giving. So she would give her basically a armband with a Shattered One, if she'd wear it. It's very nice. Has leather embroidered leather patches of shards. It's very nice. You think that this is easily worth 20, 40 copper pieces, because
she definitely wear it. The clothes that she's a knave.
Yeah, there's a random thing on her back. Well, seeing that as well too, Guinevere would definitely offer to at least get her some actual like gambeson and things like that, because she's like, and she would actually tailor it, and she's a leatherwork, so she would actually offer to, she would say actually she would say I don't think it's the fact that of your your size. It's more the fact that you're not wearing properly fitting clothes. So she would offer to actually as seen this as a challenge, she would offer to actually actively tailor. She would get a game and actively tailor it to her size, something that she could actually wear. One as a above table, as I'm that chick. I can work with anything. Two as a means of as a symbol. So during this week, if you'd allow, because it would take some time to properly fit in, but she would definitely, while in between, she'd kind of take her sizes and kind of get loose straps here and there and kind of work on like that. But Guinevere 100%, she doesn't have the arrogance of Okoye, like he's that guy, because he's it's not who she is. Because like I said, she came from just a normal leather worker, right? So
yeah. Beatrice would smile, and polite. Thank you. She hesitates for a second, and then leans in and whispers to Guinevere, "Could you add a little extra material in the?" And she motions to her thighs. It gets a little worn down real quick down there.
I understand. You get a little
chub rub.
Little chafe action. Becomes a swamp.
If it's
you get a chafe action, a little bit of swamp action. I get it. I understand. I'll make sure extra room. Also, I add some nice padding down there to prevent that as well too. Also, though, it is leather. She would say, what is helpful, what I found helpful, is getting powder. A little bit of powder down there will smooth you out. I don't have these problems, but I have worked with people that were a little bit of the bigger size, and it's something that I've seen my father recommend to make sure they could actually wear leather armor without chafing and ripping their skin apart.
Whatever you got. I mean, if you're taking requests, I appreciate it.
She says, leather offers. I mean, she would kind of point to several of the kind of like pin up merchant shops. I'm pretty sure one of them would have some. It's pretty cheap. It's light powder. I'm not sure if anyone's told you, but yeah, a little bit of powder on there helps.
I'll take your word on it. But she says yes. Hey, Guinevere, do you mind if I look over the maps you have of the Silver Heel? I haven't traveled much around these parts, and I'm fascinated.
Yes. She says, "Can you read?"
Yeah, I can read. I can read Trade Tongue and Eastern.
It's in Trade Tongue, so she pulls it out. Guinevere begins talking in the really rough Eastern to her. Guinevere, is also has also begun learning. She has actually learned Southern, and she is working on Eastern. She is a polyglot or a trilingual at least. That's just the Unity kind of thing. But she does show you her maps. In a week, she does make this gamison, and it is tailored to you. What this means, this is a custom tailored gamison. This one gives you a +1 DR. This is well made.
Nice. I imagine she's like super stoked. Kind of giddy, jumps up and down, hugs her, thanks her.
Too.
It fits. She's like a little kid with the new shoes, just like, look how fast I can run. She's
Mommy, look at my shoes. They light up when I walk. They light up, man. But she definitely gives you the level 2. And what you notice as well too is that people have this. The people that follow her also have this reference of Guinevere, because all of them. Now you notice all of them have custom stuff from her, like leather armor. All of them do. That's a sign of appreciation, whatever. So that's something that you would notice specifically, and that's kind of what between looking over the maps, she would also begin showing you stuff as well too, how to be a better explorer, when not to roll. She does say you're gonna have to lose some weight because you do have to dodge traps and things like that in danger. You can't just combat roll out of that. So that's a temporary one. She says you need to trim down a little bit. I'll retailor it for you. Yeah, you can't combat roll as a roll. And she says,
rolls are meant for rolling.
And she says, she kind of claps her on the back. She says, I'm not sure how much exploring you've done, but when things chase you, sometimes you gotta run. Run.
Rule 1, cardio.
But she
She's like,
smiles and she
I
says,
appreciate it. Weight's always been a problem of mine. I nervous eat. I think you're right.
if you travel with the Lord, I'm sure that I'm not the biggest workout person ever, 'cause I just fight a lot. But um, as I do care about you as you're a member of the Shattered One in the family, whether you want to be or not, something we can work on.
I've got the VHS of Sweating to the
Billy Blanks,
Oldies.
Tabo. Let's get that Tabo. Working there like this, man. I got the new Shard, that Billy Blanks. But I'd say every day of this week here, you gain instead of 75, you get 100 experience points for working close to hand with Guinevere. You do gain the custom fitted gambeson, which gives you additional DR.
Nice.
All right. And we go over to Malcolm. What are you doing?
Yeah, so Malcolm is gonna kind of run Koa's words in his head for a while, and then he's gonna summon up the courage to go up to Koa, and so you're gonna see him like just walk up to you, kind of sheepishly. He's gonna have his hat in his hands and be like, "Excuse me, Mr. Koa, sir."
Just Koa.
Yes, sir. You said something earlier that just you said I was free?
Yeah, no one's keeping you here if you wanted to leave.
But someone is keeping me here, sir.
Who?
I'm gonna invent a name here. It's Durik. Durik captured me in a raid of a ship, and he's been keeping me here. I've been trapping animals for him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that may be the case before we rolled in. I don't know what he told you after the conversation after we took this place over, but there's nobody here that's a slave.
Oh. I don't know what to do with this information.
I mean, I can tell you you're a great worker. You've been busting it over here to get this thing set up for this meeting. But no one's forcing you to stay here. Frida. Yeah. No one's forcing you to stay here. If you want to leave, I mean, yeah, you have to wait till a ship takes off, but
will the ship be leaving anytime soon?
There will be.
Can I be on it?
Absolutely.
Wow. What do I need to do for you?
You don't need to do anything for me. You need to do it for yourself.
Oh. I don't know what to do with this information either.
Finally, it's happened to me.
Wow. And you can see like his eyes are big, and he's kind of like, he has this like nervous anxiety, not really knowing what to do with himself. I've been here for months. Should I tell?
So you've given everything to Derek? Is that what you said his name was?
Yeah, you can see like he's like super thin, like not necessarily like emaciated, because he's been like scrounging stuff by himself, but like he's malnourished. So yeah, I sleep outside. I hunt for him. That's all I do.
Yeah, that we don't put up with that. If as Gon's always said, if you put in, you're gonna take out. That everyone gets an equal share. Let's go get some food, man. You look like you're hungry. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
And he's just gonna lead him to Lucette, and wherever Lucette's cart is, he's gonna get there.
Lucette is 100% in the kitchen. She's like, I've never seen you before.
Oh, hi, ma'am. No, I usually fend for myself.
Why?
He looks a little scrawny. Lucette, can you hook him up? Can you give him something a little special? Some good food here?
She says, I can do that. Listen, do you like soup and bread?
Oh, I mean, I used to. It's been a long time.
She says,
Koa's standing behind him, looking at her like.
She leaves from behind her station. She walks up to you, Malcolm. She says, she gets in close. She says, Malcolm, just lean down. Come here. I want to whisper something to you.
Yes, ma'am. He's gonna approach.
He says, I'm just wondering, where's your balls?
She's gonna look shocked. Ma'am, Do you want me to show you?
I don't think you have any, sir. As she says, listen, you're part of the Dawn. We're the baddest scallywags this side of the freaking the Eastern Archipelago. If you want to be part of our crew, you gotta find wherever your balls are, and then put them back in your pants, and ask me with your big boy voice. Okay? I'm gonna go behind the kitchen station. And you're gonna tell me again.
Mr. Koa, am I part of the crew?
That's the point. Absolutely.
She goes behind the kitchen station. She says, hello. Are you hungry?
I am.
Would you like some soup and bread?
I would love soup and bread. Can I help you make it?
No. But she
and Koa's gonna sort of like on the back of his head, like, no.
Oh, I mean, yes. Give me soup and bread. Please.
Absolutely. She literally pulls up a bigger bowl than normal. She gives you some nice soup and bread. She puts a little bit more meat than you think is probably normal, Koa, for the normal people in the bowl.
Yep.
A little bit of bigger piece of bread. She says, hey, it's the birthday. You found your balls. And she hands you the lard bowl with the soup. She says, please, eat up. Welcome to the crew.
I'm assuming you take it. You'll sit down to start eating. Koa is gonna go get you like same thing, like a little bit bigger glass than probably normal, and
yeah.
plops it in front of you with just this like glass of mead, this mug of mead. Just plops it in front of you.
Nice.
He'll start eating heartily, and he'll have the water, and he'll drink some water, and he'll just say, "I'm part of the crew."
He needs to put some meat on those bones.
She just you
need to stay strong if you're gonna be around here, because when we go hard. So, dude, eat up. And
yeah, this isn't Weenie Hut Jr. This is the Salty Platoon, man. This man says.
Also, we need to find Derek in his 2004 fucking Acura selling.
I was just thinking the same thing. Our next little piece here is we're gonna go kick Derek's ass
on him.
Derek's always that scummy dude selling drugs to kids, the high school kids.
Like,
child support.
He's like, man,
he's got the dirty little mustache with basketball shorts and a wife beater.
Yeah, may or may not be underage. No one knows.
Yeah.
It's like, man, when did she graduate? Yeah.
Just imagine the crew rolling up on him. Koa and Gon just cracks knuckles.
Crack knuckles. Well, you do find Derek.
No. Koa would go grab Guinevere. Hey, we had somebody that was taking slaves here. You want to come have a conversation with him?
Oh, she'll fucking straight murder him.
Straight up murder him.
Hands up, cracks knuckles. You said slavers? Grabs
on this island that was here.
There. And she would approach Derek. I'm doing a little bit of role playing with myself as well too now. She role plays. She pulls up and on Derek. He says, "So are you saying that we own slaves here?" He says, "Yeah, we're pirates. What do you think we're slaves?" He says, "Come here." She would kind of link up. Are you sure we own slaves? You want to confirm that? Just want to double check. He says, yeah, we're pirates. He says, okay. One more time. And she kind of holds her blade out to her side. So we're slavers. He nods really slowly like she's an idiot. He says, okay. thrice heard, thrice remembered.
I lean
And-
over to Gon and go, "Hey, watch this. Watch this."
So, essentially a spin attack, cuts his head off.
Yeah.
And then she picks up his head, goes to the nearest podium-like area and holds it up like it's Mortal Kombat, and says, "We are not slavers. Do you see this guy? He was a slaver. Would not recommend." And then she puts his head on the pike, and then she leaves.
I go back. What? I'm really sorry, Harry. What's that character's name again?
Malcolm.
Malcolm. Koa is after that whole thing gonna go to Malcolm and go, and if you didn't think you were free, go down to the east side of the island and take a look at the pike, and then walk away.
You'll see Derek's head there. And his face is still like that because he's still shaking his head after death. Like, I don't like. Yeah, so he looks really dumb in death too. But you notice about too, he's not the only one. Actually, just a little expand this out here. It definitely would have been other people that would definitely be really hard to let go of their slaves. So definitely, I would say somewhere between someone roll me a 2d6.
And say a couple people leave the island, I'm sure, in the night.
Yeah, right.
It's
Ooh,
about
he had a
8
whole
heads
crew.
on. About 8 heads on pikes, and Derek being the 8th. And after Derek's head, you think people are gonna really stop trying to roll by on the slavery thing. Guinevere is ruthless. That'll kill Guinevere. One of the, either they're gonna kill Guinevere or they're not gonna have any slaves anymore.
They can try.
You know,
Yeah,
and
they
then the
can,
people
they
are
can try.
loyal to her too. So, that all being said, Malcolm, you do gain some food. And as you gain some food on your first day here, you feel revitalized, you feel energized, and you got a new lease on life. Our survivalists, you know your skills are very useful. Now that you're not going to spend all your time and energy on basically survival, you can actually try to hunt and actually provide things for the camp, instead of just trying to scrounge just to eat and survive, just to make it and give all your meat to food to Derek. So I assume you're doing survival stuff this week, trying to provide things like that?
Koa
Yeah,
is
yeah.
also hearing that he was a survivalist is gonna because for whatever reason Koa has a quiver of fucking bronze arrows in his possession. Sets those in and says,
Yeah.
if you can use these things ain't gonna do me any good, and he'll just set the whole quiver up over his head. 30 bronze arrows.
Awesome.
That's a lot of money. Holy cow, dude! 30 bronze arrows that's at least somewhere at least 1,000 for sure.
Probably.
Yeah, at least 1,000, 100%. This is something like this is like getting fucking chainmail. You know what I'm saying? Someone just handing you chainmail.
Yeah, we got it like that.
Yeah, no, they all do. All the balling. You know, but it's something that for someone like Malcolm to go from a slave to getting 30 bronze arrows, it's like, you know, leaving the hood and getting a basketball scholarship. You know what I mean? Yeah. Balling out of control.
Hopefully you can use these a whole hell of a lot better than I can.
Sure, we'll try, sir.
Downside to the pecs.
Do you give? I'm not sure if Malcolm has a bow or not, but if not, do you give him a bow so he can use the bronze arrows?
He's just throwing them at people.
He's like lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
Yes, he would go back to the Crimson Dawn, grab the bow that's just been sitting there, and it doesn't look like you have anything to shoot them with. So here, take this too. I don't know how good it is, but
better than not having a bow with arrows.
Definitely.
and you do realize, and I just now looked at what this actually said. You see the carve markings. This was the first bow that he actually carved.
I was waiting. Cool inspiration. I'll wait for you to say. That's the one you carved for until like 4 sessions before I realized how to do the crafting.
Oh, nice.
Yep. It's like man.
So you see the freaking carve marks in it. You see the hand wrapped leather for the hand grip.
Well, I will say this: you're doing survivally stuff, so you get 100 experience points per day. Malcolm, as you're doing survivalist stuff. I know Cole, you have something you want to do this week as well too. So I'll ask you what you're doing with Core first
Uh,
before I go over to your second character.
Well, you already did my second character. Just like a couple
Oh, yeah.
days before the actual meeting, Koa is gonna go to Guinevere, and just he's gonna with this meeting coming up. Some of this attire, the cloak for the Crimson Dawn, that thing I've been one of the most comfortable things you've ever made. But I was wondering, could you make me a new sarong?
Yeah. And she says, I can do that. Above table, what is that?
It's the Hawaiian like wrap that he would wear around his waist because he doesn't wear a shirt.
I know what you're talking about now. I got you. She says, yes. We do have shirts if they exist.
Why
I'm
you?
good.
We got a 6-pack.
That's
Hanes
what white
Fruit
tees
of the
look-
Loom.
I don't need no shirt. What do you?
She says, I
degrees
can.
out here.
She says that's very true. She says I can get it done. That's pretty quick. I can get it done in like a day.
And then as he's knowing that she's fucking busting her ass with these acolytes that she's collecting and everything, he is just gonna kind of put it like that brotherly, like put his arm around her, like you just keep doing what you're doing. Make sure you're handling your business. Give her that like kiss on the side of the forehead and.
Yeah, I mean, she looks and she says, we're gonna make a push until infidel territory, going to Kessa, so we got to make sure we're safe.
We do.
Uh,
But I appreciate everything that you've done for this crew. I know can't necessarily relate to everything you do, but you've certainly been a big part of what it is we've built here. So I just want to thank you for that.
and as you kind of look at Guinevere, you also notice as well too, is that the warriors that she's gathered, unlike the training she gives to like how Okoye and Abby trains, her soldiers are holy fighters, they're zealots like her as well too. They don't fight in a very traditional sense. They fight for a higher purpose. So definitely not they don't train like, shield bash. They train like, I'm running in there, God's got it.
Jesus take the wheel.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where, but it's something you would definitely notice after you guys are close. You would see like they don't like. Are they gonna like defend themselves or like not just run face forward?
We got our frontline fighters. Like that you're doing it.
Like Guinevere. Guinevere doesn't.
Don't
either.
shy away. Yeah, doesn't shy away.
Just run in
Doesn't
and
shy
go
away
in.
from anything. It's
He
that.
just hits people in the face. It's like, oh, there, God's got it, bang bang. Yeah. So something you would definitely notice about too. As the week does go, we're gonna similar days here. So make sure you count your experience points. 7 days will pass. Make sure you also keep track of your experience points and timing for your Ramses for your basically Kabando characters as well too. Just keep track of the experience as we will push the day forward from 502 to 509. So if you level up in Kabanda, you obviously definitely level up because you're gonna save me.
Yeah.
7 days to my broken leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta roll some HP. I'm level 10.
And I think on probably the morning of that 7th day, you see sort of Koa stand back from what he's what's happened in terms of this whole little meeting area, and sort of putting some of those little final touches on it, hanging up the actual Crimson Dawn banner on the backside. Walk, that morning ish, and he'll walk back into town. Harry, gone. Area is finished. I think we're set up for tomorrow. We probably should get some people on loading the ship so we can leave right once we're done. Don't you think, Harry?
Yep.
Good.
Let's, do this as fast as we can.
And they would definitely do that. Like, so outside of like the food and stuff, everything else would be packed during that week time. Because outside of the food, just for obviously for like to make sure what's perishable and things like that, and everything else would be packed.
Harry,
so the
you
food
had-
could be packed.
You had the conversation with Lucette. Is she heading with? I'm assuming she's heading with us because she's pretty much glued to your hip normally. unless she's feeding everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
No,
assuming
she's definitely
she
coming.
is.
She's definitely coming. She wouldn't leave you. But at this point here, she's been here for enough to where she has trained a novice or a novice-ish cooks. So someone can definitely take her place. Now the food won't be as good, but at least you guys will be definitely safe and no one will die of food poisoning, preferably.
We have
Preferably.
our desert cart set up, kind of on the opposite end in case anybody wants that from a stamp to stay, and we have Lucette's food cart set up sort of. If you imagine kind of the sides with the table in the middle with the chairs and then the little excess piece on the side with the other tables, Lucette's foods cart is set up at a corner where the first people that would be served is the main head pirates, the captains,
And
before they would walk through.
And she would also tell you too, like kind of what she's kind of put together. She's put together a very nice ensemble. She's got some roasted mahi here, steaks as well too. She's got steak skewers as well too, with green peppers, onions, pineapple, things like that. She also has some carne asada as well too. Just kind of in the center, a nice bean.
Pollo. She buried a pig and wrapped it.
Yeah, I mean she's got 100% hunting a wild pig here. Definitely is wild pigs here. Definitely got that as well too. I mean she's got and it's like a nice pineapple mango glaze as well too. Nice sweet, very nice. You see and it's a massive in the center of this as well too. And the pig's already pulled apart. It's just for like presentation. But in the center is a massive bowl of guac in the center of it, and nice freshly toasted tortillas, corn and flour, depending on your preference as well too. Also as well too is a variety of salsas, from from chimichurri to more red sauce to a nice corn salsa. Yeah, I mean she's hooked this shit up, and all it's legit. So and it's a massive kind of serve yourself style as well too. Definitely because all of them are Easterners, so it's definitely done in the Eastern fashion. But Harry, you would know that Lucette has been branching out. She can actually cook other things besides Easterner style food. It's just that most people are Easterners here.
Is she a master at this point?
Yeah, she's a master.
Have they arrived, or this is just preparation?
They're arriving. Them just grabbing like kind of the food and things like that as they come here. But everything is. This is the day. So any final thing you want to say before they arrive? They are arriving today.
Gon will take some time to make himself not look like a homeless, homeless bum. He'll ask Ayana
Wear
to
the big furs.
Yeah, get the furs on, hair combed best he can, bathed, shaved.
And she would have had the furs washed too, 100%. So so when you're not wearing it, she would definitely have those washed 100%. She'd put it on. She'd have the mantle like that as well too. She'd have on the hat. And she'd have you basically maybe
not the furs actually. I think he's gonna wear the Crimson Dawn. We got a rep. Plus it's hot as shit. So
yeah,
he's gonna get the custom Crimson Dawn outfit, but definitely get cleaned up.
She definitely have that clean for you as well too. She have that as well, and what she have is like kind of like she would kind of give you essentially I'm not sure it's kind of thing of basically a necklace, a match necklace for her, him and for you and her, which kind of signifies your marriage. It's kind of a necklace of traditional, basically wolf/war teeth, but wolf teeth because you guys don't have any wargs. Bones, and really kind of ceremonial things like that relates to the culture of the Northerners. And it's kind of a big thing, so you don't wear it all the time. But when you're talking to other houses, things like that, something you do wear. It signifies that one, either they're close people to your family. So, for example, it's shared between your wife and like your children would all wear the same kind of necklace. It kind of signifies important people in your house.
I imagine the whole crew is dressed up.
No, legitimately.
If they're not, those are the instructions.
Koa is gonna obviously get the sarong from Guinevere and put that on. He's also gonna do the same thing. He's gonna bathe and really he's gonna take the braids out of the hair and actually pull the whole thing apart and wash the whole thing up and then go ask.
That's
Guinevere
an all day.
All day.
Probably it's like fucking Troy Polamalu,
Yes.
He's gonna go ask Guinevere if she would help him
get the herbal essence.
Yeah, if she could help him re-braid it, and he's gonna do sort of that 3 braid that comes into one down the back as it.
Guinevere definitely does. I
Yep.
mean, because she breaks her hair all the time in the back.
Yeah.
Like
and the red of the flag, Crimson Dawn leather ties that tie it all the way, that tie it up, the 3 braids together.
nice.
He's gonna get himself looking, and just everything. He's gonna take whatever he can find, whether it's probably gonna take his
Get the
planing
baby
blade.
oil.
No, he's gonna take the blade out of the plane and actually make sure he sharpens that, and then shave the sides so it's just the full. Yep.
Nice. Nice.
Same thing. Get himself looking like he's just fucking sharp and ready to go.
So you would see Guinevere here. So before, like, so she's gradually been kind of expanding kind of her like outfit and attire. Guinevere now, she looks like what I can only describe as like
A witch hunter.
like a witch hunting cardinal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a massive robe, and she has like the hat, like the big fucking hat, but it's shaped like a crown. You can see like it's shattered little spikes on the side of it, and then she has her hair essentially behind the crown itself is like the 2 kind of slots where her hair would be braided and come out the back. This helmet is not only like a ceremonial helmet, it's also a helmet for war, because it's like a fucking iron helmet, leather, and with like the Crimson Dawn like that as well too. And then the sun is surrounded by these shards as well too, which definitely wasn't signed off on, but that's what she fucking put on there. And then you would see like the classic like Templar kind of thing. She has a half plate as well too, like the Templar kind of armor thing, and then the thing, and then over that she has like an overcoat. Which this is definitely hot as shit. But she's definitely not. She's definitely gonna.
She's walking around with a fucking 4-gallon water bottle, just chugging.
Yeah, but like not only that as well too, but like
This is kind of what I imagine. I'm putting in Discord.
yeah, like pauldrons as well too. Like this thing looks. She looks like a damn. I'm not sure you guys play like Warhammer, but like a fucking Dark Angel.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you guys have played Final Fantasy Tactics, you know, like the Zodiacs, you know, the Templars. I'm not sure you guys played it, but it's like that. It's like that really, but like with the overcoat.
Yeah.
Man, but she like, she looks absolutely fucking. If you guys didn't know her, she looked like a fucking marauding fucking a war priest.
No, we do know her, and she is
still looks like a
She
marauding
just beheaded
Northeast.
8 slavers and put their heads on pikes. We know who she is. She's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
joke. She's one of the original homies. She's part of the crew.
And you
She's
see
certified triple OG.
and you see that strange, but you see that she dips her hands in this kind of strange red liquid, which you presume is blood, and she kind of does the little things here and kind of signifies a symbol that Harry would know, which is the looks like a symbol of your house, Harry. So this is legit.
How would she even know that? He would have never told her.
Well, that if not her house, of at least something that she would signify you with. So if not your house, he would definitely ask something that looks or like a similar to what your house would look like. Like, okay, if not your house, I have to do.
She puts little
Actually,
flowers.
She could have
puts
like
little
gone through
flowers
my
in her
journal and found it, but it's
I mean, she wouldn't do that to you, but she would definitely like either ask around,
She puts little flowers on her cheeks for the herbs that he.
right, or something, or that, or she would ask
Pot leaf.
Lucette. That, or she would ask Lucette or something like that. So if Lucette would know, something like that, and if she didn't think it was a secret,
Lucette would know for sure.
yeah. If she didn't think
everything about my family.
if she didn't think it was a big enough secret just to know your house, especially Guinevere, she would just say the thing of your house, something like that. So she would, if that's the case, then she would know. But she, but it's blood. It's hard to fucking tell exactly what it looks like. So don't worry about that. But anyway, that's what she looks like. Okoye, this one's well too, full on half plate. He looks fucking he's been bulking up, man. All he does is fight and train all day. So Okoye has his hair is cleanly trimmed. He has the baby plaits, baby braids like here, armor like that, and he also wears pretty much like a Silver Dawn coat, no helmet, and he has the spear on his back, and the shield actually has like the Crimson Dawn logo on it. You know what I'm saying? And it looks legit. and Juan and Jesus also have they don't have anything custom because Guinevere doesn't like them. I mean, Juan is dead. Jesus, she doesn't like Jesus, so he doesn't have anything custom. But he does have a patch signifying that he is Crimson Dawn. Everyone else doesn't have one like that besides her basically Rough Riders. They all have similar shit. Okoye, Guinevere.
What does
and
Harry
also
look like
Rodrigo.
walking into this?
Say who? Sorry, Rodrigo?
Harry.
Oh yeah, Harry. What do you look like? Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, unless Lucette is gonna have some sort of outfit for me, Harry doesn't really give a shit about formalities. He dresses up for her, so he's gonna wear the same shit he wears every day.
Okay, Lucette would definitely say, "Okay, no, we can't." We can, Lucette 100% say we can't do that. This is important. I know you don't like it, but for me and the crew and the people, we gotta show face. I'm an Easterner. They respect outward shows of power and also of influence and wealth. Lucette and Guinevere did make this. You should probably wear it. Please, and she would look at you pleadingly to please wear this because we look like fucking idiots.
He's like in his long
Begrudgingly,
johns.
He's gonna put it on, but he's gonna
Beer stain.
sigh and why do I have to wear this goddamn thing?
White shirt with the big puffy sleeves, the big V, the strings hanging down, like full on pirate.
I mean, dude, this shit looks. I mean, like, she gives you this thing looks like what a lord would wear. I mean, literally, where everyone else kind of made out of kind of nice leather, yours is actually made out of like felt and like chinchilla fur and things like that. It's like very, very expensive. This is something that you like a king or something. This is probably easily like $2,000-$3,000 just for this outfit.
You step outside and immediately freaking lose 6 pounds in sweat.
This thing is nice.
Gon would snicker at him. He looks so uncomfortable in it, I'm sure, like pulling out the collars.
He would tell you, like, I look like my goddamn father.
And then Lucette also too.
With
She
that
has
frilled shirt.
She has the bronze skillet on her back as well too. Without it as a symbol, with the symbol of the Trim the Dawn kind of pressed to the back of it. Also, she wears very nice, a very nice kind of clean, simple Trim the Dawn attire with the Trim the Dawn apron, which has been cleanly pressed, whatever like that. And she also has like the armbands of Trim the Dawn as well too. So you, Harry and Lucette together, Ayana and you, Gon, are together. Gon and Guinevere together, not a relationship, just y'all go together. True. And Okoye sitting here as well too, spear ready with Abby, who does a average. Well, actually, would Abby be there? Like realistically, would she be there? I don't think she's that. I don't think so. That doesn't make sense. So she's not there.
She's not part of the
not
core.
the innocent.
He's not in our circle. Yeah, it's no.
She hasn't been through enough shit yet. So Okoye goes as well too. I assume you guys go to greet these people as they kind of come on their little dinghy boats to kind of pull up here. And you see.
I'd imagine we'd be lined up at the edge of the dock, just kind of greeting them as they come in.
And you see 24 ships appear. From 4 from each of them, I believe. Let's do 6 of them. If not 7, it's 28. 24 ships appear, each flying 6 different colors. There's 6 sets of colors amongst these 24 ships. And you see Raphael appear. And as Raphael appears and gets closer, you feel the tug of a shard. And it's irresistible, strong. And Raphael kind of looks at you here and smirks. And it's really an inviting smirk. Where Lucette kind of pulls you a little closer to the side, and then he turns and looks at Cohen and says, "It wasn't you, Sugar? You didn't get the shard?
Wasn't me.
Now we're gonna have some fun
right
today.
there.
I thought we were gonna have some fun today. I guess it's bigger fish to fry, but
There's plenty of time for fun. I'm sure Koa will he'll open up a little bit later, isn't that right? He gives that black tooth grin.
He just looks over at Gon. Like, mother.
Raphael smiles and says, well, I like to mix business with pleasure. We'll see. if you're ever looking to join another crew, my doors were always open. He smiles.
Whatever it is, make you and your men comfortable while we wait for everybody. There's
And-
plenty of food and drink to be had.
You see Raphael's crew pulls up the Jolly Rogers, and you see all of them look and dress immaculate. They all look very clean. Like, I'm talking like unusually clean. Like,
They look
quickly
like-
pressed,
they look
clean
like
nails.
Prince
Yeah,
with
they
the
look
frilled shirt.
real, but nice. Even I mean, it looks like they definitely have they take care of their appearance. I mean, their nail beds are clean. They smell fragrant and nice. They've been on the boat for at least a couple of days. So the fact that they smell this good off a boat seems unusual for a pirate group. But they smell and look great.
We know them
And-
by reputation, so it's
Yeah.
not surprising.
We're gonna and just as they come off, it's kind of like we're gonna have groups of people. Like, hey, show them to their quarters.
All right, they do, and they send Raphael smiles and turns. And then you see Esperanza appears with her crew as well too. As she appears, you see that she is wearing an eye patch. She is missing an eye. So since the last time you've seen it, which has been over a year, she has lost an eyeball. Being said, she still looks exceptionally beautiful. And she kind of goes over to you and says, you looked different. Is that a shirt? She
Me?
points to your little thing around your waist.
Shirt? Never. Why would I wear a shirt? Seem to have gotten yourself into a little bit of a, I don't know, fight? Is that what you want to call that?
Yeah.
And then he's gonna, as he says, he's just gonna grab her hand and sort of kiss the back of her hand, and beautiful as
She's-
ever anyway.
She smiles. She says, "Oh, well, let me know what your price is, and I'll see if I can match it."
We can talk about that. I'll find you later.
She smiles, and she gets led by the welcoming crew to her spots.
Koa
And her
sort of keeps turns as she's walking away.
It must be jelly because jam don't shake like that. As she is healthy. That being said, her crew is actually pretty diverse. Raphael's crew is all men. They have no women on board, which also is not unusual, but it's interesting.
Somebody's sitting in that barrel on deck at some point. You know that.
Yes. That being said, Esperanza's crew is an even split, which is actually more unusual than Raphael's, because usually it's very few women on a cruise ship for reasons. But Esperanza's crew, they definitely seem like, definitely the assassin-y type of, like, they blend in like this, and they're not just all Easterners. You see that out of all of her crew is the most diverse you've seen. There's Easterners, there's Southerners, there's Westerners, there's even Northerners on board as well too, men and women. The crew she brings 6 people, and outside of 3 of them being Easterners, there are 3 of them that are one of each race as well too. Which is unusual outside of you guys, because you guys are fucking League of Nations at this point. Next, you see Isabella appears. And what I can only describe what she looks like is and appears like Truella. She's old, mid to late 50s, wiry, thin. She has that, like, I'm a functional alcoholic build. And you see that she's kind of attended by 2 young men by her side, and her crew is mainly men, but it's a couple of women here and there too in her crew that you've seen at least. But I'd say it's more of a normal split amongst, like, men and women, like 80, 90, 10, 20. All of them, most of them are Easterners. There's a couple Southerners here and there. I mean, you see maybe 1 Westerner, but Isabella's crew seems very stereotypical of a Eastern pirate crew. Next, you see Sophia. Not only does she wear the color of the Crimson Dawn, But she also wears the colors of her brother as well too, which you had never seen before actually. As Salazar appears with his crew, and they are all Easterners, all of them. And they have the stereotypical 80 to 90, 10, 20 split male and female. They look like standard, Eastern pirates, but they look tough as nails. Sophia with them as well too. Next, 1 second here.
Got Vega and
Yeah, I
Rivera.
got one more.
Rivera.
Yeah. Vega's crew, they look hungover. They look hungover. That or they're acting really well. It's kind of hard to tell if this is like an act just to kind of be taken, as lightly as possible to maybe kind of sneak one out and maybe kind of get what they want. You don't know. They're very kind of, slippery kind of people, but they seem unkempt. Though, to get this far, you got to be talented at something. So take that as you will. Their split is actually like Esperanza is actually split in half, male and female. And they kind of, instead of looking like assassins, these look like more like diplomats, and it's a couple of mercenaries as well too, but mainly diplomatic looking people. And last but certainly not least, 1 second here. We have Rivera. Rivera, his crew is very standard. They're similar to Salazar. It's just not as big or they don't look as tough, but very similar. He has a kind of dastardly way about him. He does greet you all with respect, but not like adoration. He's not like bending over backwards. He just says and kind of nods and just simple respect. As they all kind of go towards the basically the pavilion, as they all kind of take their seats with their attendees, and they wait for you all to say your piece. So they wait.
Yeah, I would assume we sort of follow behind when the last one starts heading up there.
Mm-hmm.
Please, everybody, have a seat. Captain's table right
They're
here.
definitely, each of them have definitely found a seat. And you definitely feel as if each of them are very shifty. Each of them kind of either shifting over and over. The only person that looks very calm is Raphael. He looks like he's just like another day in the office.
It's
Which
chilling.
is unusual.
I imagine Gon, he lags behind. He moves slowly and deliberately, his bum foot notwithstanding. But as everyone sits down in the pavilion, I'm sure there's a murmur as they talk amongst themselves. Plates are moving, silverware, that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
But he stands at the head of the table, his massive frame filling the small area, and he stands kind of looming over everyone. I think the rest of the Crimson Dawn would stand with him. And he smiles that black tooth grin and says, I haven't seen so many ugly mugs in one place since the day that I was born. But I welcome you to Pirates Rock. I don't know exactly what's going to happen on this day, but I hope each and every one of you understands that this is a momentous occasion where fates will be spun together or cast aside. So for now, I know you're tired. Let's eat, let's drink, and let's cause a ruckus. And tomorrow, the real pain begins. And he'll raise a goblet.
And they all raise their goblets as well too. And they say, Pirate's life.
Pirate's life. And he slams it back.
As they toast, Koa's gonna lean over. Marcus, hand him 100 copper and say, another cask, because we're gonna go through it.
Yes, sir.
And he's gonna give you 100 copper.
And I'm assuming we got entertainment. We've got hookers.
Oh, yeah,
We got all
music.
sorts of shit.
We
Yeah.
had to ship it.
100%.
We had to ship in some girls from.
But not only that, there's plenty of I'm not sure how to say this, but there's plenty of like more attractive female pirates in your crew that definitely would like to, can alternate between jobs. 100%. I'll just leave that at that.
Moonlight and some of the guys, people are just having a good time. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I imagine as soon as the toast happens, the silence or whatever immediately breaks out. Someone's got a fiddle, they're playing songs, people are singing.
100%.
It's raucous. People are swinging from the
mean-
fucking rafters.
Having a good time.
Here you go. Here you go. Ready?
Yeah, let's
Ready.
get it.
There you go, having a good time. And what you notice is, so Raphael is known as a pretty big party animal. He likes to party. Again, I'm pretty sure Cohen knows that firsthand.
Yep.
But as soon as he kind of hears the music and dance, he kind of whistles, and you see that his crew, all of them can dance in perfect synchronization. All of them can
Fucking like
dance.
Lord of the Dance,
Yeah.
river dancing.
I mean, they're dancing in perfect synchronization. He's leading them. Despite he is who he is, they're called the Jolly Rockers because they know how to rock. So they're dancing, they're shaking, they're moving. And despite hearing some deafening murmurs, no one is stupid enough to actually say that to his face. Raphael, despite who he is and how he come off as flamboyant, he's a dangerous person. Anyone that dare speak ill of what he believes in and what he does, don't live very long. He is a sharp
sword
bearer.
play and dance are one and the same. And yes, he is a sharp.
Yeah,
bearer.
he's like, but it's one of those things where he has a bit of a reputation of like people will see him dance and somebody always usually says like, "Who the fuck is this out with the flipping-"
one guy in the background, gay, just
Yeah,
gets
and it's
stabbed
literally-
immediately.
Like, what? Like, where's Bob at? Why is Bob here this morning? I'm in a
Oh, God.
ditch. He's in a ditch somewhere. I don't know. But Esperanza does approach Yuko, and she does ask for a dance.
I was gonna say the same thing. Was gonna walk up to her and just like offer my hand, like, care to go for a spin?
She says, "Is this free? Is it on the house?"
He just grabs her and just pulls her out there, like spins her around and starts.
She smiles and says, "I'll take that." And she does pulling close, and she definitely dances a much more like dance like that, and more formally piratey dance. But definitely, she definitely, you kind of see her as well too. She kind of see that she has a little bit of gray hair. She's been whatever's going on this year. I've seen her like a year.
Yep.
It's crazy. She's been through either some serious pressure or some serious stress.
Yep.
But this is shit. But she looks and she kind of some of that kind of stress and that tension kind of eased away a little bit. She's still always on kind of edge, but not as on edge as probably the last couple of months.
And yeah, I mean, he's straight leading, like
100%,
even though she's
follows.
probably used to it, like he's
Follows.
fighting. He's actually fighting against the fact that she would probably try to lead her around the
Oh
floor.
yeah, so something as well too. So when you pulled her initially, probably, but once you kind of got her on a damn floor, she just follows you. Just like
Good.
lead the way, cowboy. But she definitely accepts in this dance as well too, and really your reputation with Esperanza has slightly increased. You see Harry, Lucette does pull you in close for a dance. There's even Sharp Bearers dance. Look at Raphael and pulls you in close and pulls you to the dance floor. She says, dance, and the mixture of she definitely doesn't do like stereotypical like Western dance. She she's an Easterner, so she can move.
She's 100% like tangoing with you.
Yeah, 100%. She's leading because she's like he didn't know what he's doing. So she's leading for 100%.
Well, I got better stats now, you know.
Yeah,
I can
but you don't have
probably hold my
experience.
own pretty well.
You're like, hold on, what feet? But then again,
You just don't step on her feet.
Yeah, like Lucid has been teaching you this, so if you accept, you probably will be at least decent now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
She loves to dance, so she would dance every night because if it's music playing every
If
night,
it's something that she's passionate about, I would spend time practicing on my own just to impress her.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, then you're dancing with her, and I would say your relationship with Lucid is slightly improved, but it's already at the maximum rank. But as far as like,
I've been dumping points and decks for a while actually, so I'm pretty high now.
There you go. Well, yeah, you're ready to move your life, or agile to move a little shake and shimmy there, especially with a +10 to all stats. Yeah, you're fucking
Yeah, exactly.
dexterous. You're really light and all that stuff. So you're moving. And Ayana does not dance.
Gon can't. He's got a broken leg, so that ain't happening.
So
But
God's in the corner with the crutch going like this.
No, he's doing feats of strength. He's challenging dudes, arm wrestles.
yeah.
He's boxing people up. He's just trying to be rough and tumble with some of the guys.
And you see
dagger on the hand situation.
And you would see as well too, Ayana. So this is something that is kind of interesting that I was kind of working on as well too. Is that at least where the clan she's in, once you choose your first wife, the first wife chooses the second wife, and then the second wife chooses the third wife. So she's like actively scouting for like a suitable companion, that kind of fill her gaps. She's like, not skilled enough, not pretty enough, not useful enough. So she's like kind of scouring through like almost like a DBZ scout, like scouring through
9,000.
Yeah, and she's like, she's a bum. And she kind of goes through there. So she's just sitting there like just literally super serious, mean mugging people, and she has that Queen of England or like a court kind of face, like he's a noble, super tough. You see Okoye, a lot of the Southerners kind of approach him, seeing he's kind of made, especially with the Eastern and Senior crew. A lot of Southerners approach him, and with Okoye usually being the kind of awkward guy, his skill is approaching or exceeding his arrogance. So now people have to respect it. Before it was like he's just super arrogant without the skill, but now his reputation and skill has matched the arrogance. Now, just like Gon, he is him now, or like Koa, he is like, he will respect, like, yo, isn't that guy talking about he was like, did all this cool stuff? I'm like, no, he literally went to go find a shark with somebody and came back. And he's done this. He's fought pirates. He's monsters, creatures, this, and people around him can back these stories up. So people now, how he will perceive Koa outside of obviously the immediate, the inner circle. Y'all all see what I'm saying, but
oh yeah, Okoye's definitely changed. I mean, he would spend all his money on gambling and prostitutes. In the early days.
Yeah, he's like, but now
he owed everybody in town money. He was
but people respect him now. Like if you see in town people, especially the Southerners in your crew, they definitely have a fondness for him because not only is he's a Southerner, but two, people respect him, especially mercenary. He's a hard guy, but if you can earn respect, he does. So Southerners definitely coming up to him as well too. And with Guinevere, she's open and people are talking to her, but she's dancing, getting drunk. She's kissing women left and right like that and having a good time, having a real good time. And unlike most times, she usually says it funny, but when she's having a good time, she gets loose. So she's so tight, but when she's everybody's one. Everybody's
riding that high of murdering slavers. She's
like,
feeling good,
feeling real good. So she has a woman in one arm, but another
at least there's no drug. There are at least not a lot of drugs on this island.
Yeah. The drugs are brought on. There's real shit ton of drugs now. Pirates?
I'm sure. Rokanut.
She is gonna be fucked up.
Because like people brought offerings. I would say you see Rokanut, you see all kind of stuff. So heard of from fucking west or north, things like that. I mean, this shit is fine wines and ales, and I mean, you guys are getting. I mean, this is some of the high quality. This is an offering. So you see like, hey guys, we brought 50 pounds of Rokanut. People are getting high as fuck.
Gon's doing his level best for once to keep it under control, and he's really keeping an eye on the movements. You can't trust that many people with drugs.
Oh, 100%. This is like,
but he's definitely scanning the area. He's not as loose as he'd like to be, but
he kind of can't be, right?
Can't.
So all the captains except Captain Vega seem to be kind of similar to you. Where Esperanza's dancing more than like partaking in things like that. She does do a couple of drinks and a couple bumps, but nothing crazy. But
Just to get the
Vega
party
is
started,
living his life,
Yeah.
and Rodrigo is living his life. Rodrigo is living his life. He's like, I'm not a captain anymore, so I'm gonna live my fucking life. We're good.
He's probably happy that he's not the
Yeah,
head of a
he's-
crew anymore. He's like,
fucking
finally.
like, great. I get to fucking get as high. I shouldn't have to worry about trying to keep people alive. Sounds good to me. But definitely, Rodrigo's having a good time. Okoye he's protected here and there, a couple bumps here and there, but definitely not like he used to be. But Guinevere is fucked up, and also all of her crew is fucked up too. They're fucked.
Koa has probably had a drink, maybe two.
I mean, her crew are literally, figuratively, and literally fucked.
Fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah, literally. They're having a ball. So, despite her being the most uptight person outside of Liquor, when there's a party, she is the loosest.
Please tell me Harry is attempting to get Lucette to take a bump and is getting fucked up.
Lucette takes bumps here and there, but nothing like that because like it's not like a stigma in the East. Like
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying. Like I'm Harry's just like, here, just do it. Go, do it.
Yeah, she 100%.
It's really not like Harry's thing. He wouldn't take anything. I don't think he drinks much. Probably his body just burns alcohol really quickly now anyway, so it's
metabolism
hard
good.
for him to get drunk.
That's why I said I didn't say you. I said I think it would be funny for you to have Lucette doing it. Like here, take it, go, do it.
It'd be funny for us to think about it. Harry wouldn't do that though. But,
Beatrice is in the background on her third fucking plate. Just
I don't want
shoveling
no
food in.
Just give me the food. I want some of these mahi steaks while they're here.
ooh.
Tariq is 100% trying to figure out a way to get anything and everything off somebody who's drunk, who's in the back like puking. He's just like Silver Tongue, just rambling like, "Hey, I see you got a nice little puka shell necklace there, but you might want to just give that up. I'll take it from you."
Take it off your head.
What kind of information can you give me? Like, where can I find some stuff like that?
Like, dude, I'm trying to get high, man. It's kind of wag him off, man. I'm trying to get high. But actually, what's happening here? I want somebody to roll me a 1d100. Don't roll less than 20. I don't care who, just somebody roll me. Okay,
48.
cool. No one starts the fight and kills each other. All right, sweet. So the night is very successful. People have a blast. Everyone gains 10 temporary hit points from having a fucking great night. And everybody kind of wakes up with a hangover. And you're passed out from Vegas True actually gives up as a gift a strange concoction which you've never heard of before, Harry. This is kind of a strange kind of hangover tincture, which if you probably ask Vega or if he's nice enough to give it to you, it's probably pretty helpful. And if you guys do accept, he says, here, man, this will help clear all that stuff up, man. And he would also take, he would immediately kind of, and it's like this kind of thick, almost like guac kind of like paste, but it's like purple. And you see he kind of sticks his handful in it and like in this jar and like coats the top of his mouth. He says, just hold your mouth open like this for like 10 minutes.
Like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and he literally, and Vega literally sits down like this with his shirt like this, his little kind of roof of his mouth like this. And everyone in his crew does it too. Anyone else accept this or no? Because people, I mean, other pirates, I mean, so Raphael accepts some. Seeing they also had it, he does the same.
Gon's gonna nope, not when Raphael and his crew's walking around. I'm not gonna be.
It's like,
I need to
like,
keep
what is
my
that,
wits about me, but you guys have fun.
not a sausage? What is that?
I don't think Koa drank enough because he was
Yeah.
expecting the night to last most of the night and didn't want to.
He didn't want that whiskey pee.
Whiskey meat's a thing. So
He said, "No, I'm good. I gotta chug on." So, but yes, Esperanza does ask you, and obviously before the heat of passion does happen, what is your price?
he looks. He doesn't even say anything. He just takes
Proceeds.
control. He takes control. Yep.
All right. Well, she says, I like a freebie every now and again, so she does accept, and who does happen. That being said, you're a little bit close to Esperanza. She considers you a fun fling. A fun fling. She doesn't need repeats, but you earn it. That being said, Lucid and all that stuff, Harry, if you accept, Lucid obviously does the same thing. And obviously Gonzo too. So all that stuff happens. So next day, you see most of the people are passed out, drunk like that, but similar to your crew, all of the immediate people aren't very drunk. Outside of Vega, his crew is trash. Outside of Lucette too, Lucette is fucking hammered. She does accept this purple paste stuff, seeing that it's not poison because they just used it. She does accept it, and after 10-minute passes, she does seem a lot more sober and focused. So it seemed like it did work. You're not sure of any other side effects, but it did clear her hangover. But that all being said, as the crew cleans up and gets ready for the mission, the meeting, we will end the session here. As the next day does pass, is day 510, and the party is getting ready to do a meeting with the Council of Pirates at the Pavilion. So we will pick up same time, same place next week. Jay won't be here, but we will carry on without him, and I'll text Jay anything he wants to add.
Honey Bear will be with us, so
Yes.
Yep, we'll be good to
we'll
go.
have to catch her up. And
Yeah, we'll do that so too. So
We'll see
same
you
time,
guys
same
next
place next week, guys. Be safe, be well.
See y'all in 3 weeks, y'all.
Be safe.
Peace.